It's June 7th, 2002. Singer and Grammy Award winner Robert Kelly, a.k.a. R. Kelly, was arrested and charged with having sex with an underage girl. He was sentenced to 2 years. A 32-foot meteor explodes in the airspace above west of Kashmir, raising fears that misidentified meteor explosions could spark a nuclear war. The chess grandmaster is still disputed as former/current grandmaster Anatol Karpov continues his refusal to enter qualifying matches after leaving the FIDE and being stripped of his title. If you don't like any of these things, you're gonna hate what comes next, because Bad Company comes to theaters.
They irritate the irritated, flex perplexities, poise puzzles, magnify mysteries, impose inquiries, and coagulate quandaries. But more importantly, they ask one question.
Damn it, Gina! Why would you make this? Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for listening. This is Why Would You Make This? I am Jimmy Time. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, the deceptive Danny Money. How's it going, dude?
I'm alright. Yourself?
All right, good. The worst stand-in ever, Jay Delta.
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, not too much. All right. Did you guys watch Bad Company?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah. I'm glad to hear it. Some people did not get that chance because, as always, this movie got lost in translation. I see it all relates into the intro. If it's a lackluster intro, you give the lackluster. All right. So good. Shoot me. All right. Okay. In Austria, Finland, France, Greece, Hungary, Italy, and Germany, this film was called Bad Company. Also in Serbia, Russia, and Slovakia. I missed those guys. All Bad Company. Except Austria and Germany also had either a subtitle or an extra title, which is The World is in Good Hands. So in Austria, it was Bad Company, The World is in Good Hands. But in Germany, it was either called Bad Company or The World is in Good Hands. Which I find strange because in America, one of the taglines was The World is in Good Hands. So I'm not too sure like how that... Also, in Italy, again, it was called Bad Company, but the subtitle was called Protocol Prague. Which makes sense because they're in Prague most of the time, so that's fine. I have no problem with that title. In Bulgaria, it translated to a slightly different title called Nasty Company.
Okay.
Not too bad. In Brazil, it changed to In Bad Companionship. In the French-Canadian title, it was translated to, I couldn't get this absolutely correct, so it was either Poor Attendance or Nasty Association. I think it might have been Nasty Association.
Well, I don't know, because Poor Attendance might... Actually, I think it did fairly decent at the box office.
Yeah, so. It made $65.9 million worldwide.
Yeah, well, if it didn't, that would have been awesome, because then we could have been like, well, Poor Attendance! Yay!
Or maybe in the French Canada title, maybe it's Poor Association. Mixture of both.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That's a possibility. It really is. In Colombia, it was called Bad Troop. Makes it sound like there's Girl Scouts involved.
I was thinking comedy troupe.
Oh, yeah. Just a bad stand-up, just a bad improv group.
Yeah.
That's probably what a bad improv group would be called, which is Bad Company. Like, it's ironic. We're a bad company. It works. It actually works. I'm glad.
So can we start the youtube.com/Bad Company? That'll be our comedy troupe.
Why? So everyone will hate us instantly?
Yes! Why else do you do things in life besides to make people hate you?
Not everything is wrestling.
No.
You can't be a heel.
Fucking up.
All right. In the Czech Republic, they said, fuck all you guys. It's totally about us. Because they named the movie The Czech Clutch. Estonia said, fuck everybody, including ourselves, and they named the movie Appropriate Band.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's because remember the part in the club where there was some music?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
And then later on when Anthony Hopkins and Chris Rock just did a 25-minute drum line. I
Yep.
remember that. That was, yes. It's all coming back to me now. They were really good. Spain and Japan really, I guess, kind of help us follow the movie because they call it 9 days. So I guess the film takes place in 9 days. I guess so.
Well, they say in the movie at some point, like, you've got 9 days to prepare. Like, we've got 9 days to get them ready.
Oh.
Yeah, because once they do the deal in the beginning, they mention that he will call him back in 10 days to let him know where to meet him, and then the whole shooting... Well, we'll get into it with the film.
The fucking movie happens. It ruins our day.
In Romania, they call it stand-in. Or they call it lining. I put in the title of the Romanian words for Bad Company, and Google translated it to lining. Like pool lining. Like lining.
All right.
Yeah, but apparently it's also stand-in. Which it makes sense. Chris Rock plays a stand-in, so it's right there. And Turkey is the last one with Shared Secret. Oh, not the last one. The last foreign one was Shared Secret. But in the U.S., it was a couple of other titles they had for this movie. It wasn't always Bad Company. It was going to be called Checkmate, also The Double, and originally it was going to be called Black Sheep.
Racist as fuck.
Why?
Well, even because Chris Rock is black. You can't... like... It's the black guy. Like,
that's true. That doesn't make any sense at all. No,
I was going to call you out as racist, but yeah, no.
I mean, like, I get, like,
can't even
he's the black sheep because he doesn't really fit in with the CIA. No, they're like, look at that black sheep over there. We got to pick up the streets of New Jersey and teach him how... Racist as fuck.
I feel like you made it a little more racist than it was.
No, that's exactly...
All right, maybe I'm wrong.
Dispute what happened in the movie, because you can't. That's what happened. They're literally like... We need another black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was... We lost our token. We gotta go find us a new one.
You should mention that the working title, Checkmate, it's spelled Czech as in Czech Republic.
Oh, yes. Yes, I should. But I do want to point out that it was originally called Black Sheep, and they changed it not because of racism, but because someone finally realized that Chris Farley already did a movie called Black Sheep, back in, what was it, like 96 or something like that.
With David Spade.
Yeah, with David Spade. Which is terrible because they were both on Saturday Night Live together.
Yeah.
So he was dead for like 5 years, and everyone was just like, what? Who? Who did movies?
No, that wasn't called Black Sheep. That was called Tommy Boy.
It was! It was the same film. Holy crap. Gary Busey was in one, and he wasn't in another. That's the only difference.
That's the difference.
That's the difference.
But strangely enough, they didn't want to use Black Sheep because it was already used back in 96, but the movie title Bad Company was used in 95.
It was used in 95 and 72. And
And then I think again, like in 05 and in 010, like they don't care. That's just a good title. Use it for anything. Rocky Horror Picture Show 2, Bad Company. Everything is Bad Company, doesn't matter. Okay. So let's get into our favorite hour.
which hour?
The Troy McClure Hour!
Welcome to the Chocolate Factory. I'm Troy McClure. You probably remember me from such films as The Revenge of Abe Lincoln and The Wackiest Covered Wagon in the West. The history of chocolate starts with the ancient Aztecs. In those days, instead of being wrapped in a hygienic package, chocolate was wrapped in a tobacco leaf. And instead of being pure chocolate like we have today, it was mixed with shredded tobacco. And they didn't eat it. They smoked it.
All right, Anthony Hopkins plays Officer Oakes. You may remember him from such roles as John Quincy Adams in Amistad.
Really? I've never seen Amistad.
That's the exact reason I put it. That was the exact. I was like, this dude playing a president in a movie I think I may have seen once. Maybe.
I genuinely thought Amistad. I thought the whole thing was like the black people on a boat for 2 hours.
Okay,
That's what I thought too.
You think? I'm 90% positive Amistad is about Beethoven.
That's Amadeus.
That's Amadeus.
Oh!
Oh, shit.
Wait, so then what's Amistad about?
Amistad it's about slavery. I think the ship is named Amistad. That's the ship that brings, it's like a slave ship.
Oh, all right. That changes some things in my head, I guess.
It was originally called Black Sheep.
But then they changed it to Bad Company. Oh, man. You might also remember him as the narrator from the 2000 live-action version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh shit, that was him.
This whole guy's whole career is just, oh shit, that was him?
I literally, if you were like, what was Anthony Hopkins in? I was like, oh, he was in Silence of the Lambs, and that's it.
No. He's like the other Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
And most recently, he played Methuselah in Noah. Chris Rock plays, there's a mouthful here, Jake Hayes, Kevin Pope, and Michael Turner.
Can I dispute these credits? I understand him being credited as Jake Hayes and Kevin Pope, but you can't credit him as Michael Turner because Michael Turner is not a separate character. Michael Turner is who Jake Hayes and Kevin Pope play. Bullshit.
I took it from IMDb.
I know, and I saw that on IMDb, and it was bullshit then too.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying the system's wrong.
Yeah, that's like if I wish I could think of a movie that involved an actor playing.
That'd be like no, that doesn't make sense. Never mind.
Okay, I got
it. Go ahead. I want to see if yours is the same as mine.
Tropic Thunder.
No, it's not. But go ahead.
Tropic Thunder. Ben Stiller plays Tug Speedman, playing he plays Nick Nolte, Mr. No Hand. But they only credit him as Tug Speedman. They don't credit him as Tug Speedman / his character's name.
Chris Rock said he was going to get 2 paychecks, so
Yeah.
maybe that was it.
Yeah, but he didn't get 3 paychecks. But he's credited 3 times.
Because he only
Kevin
played 2
and Michael
people.
are technically the same people.
Because technically, Kevin is a different person. All right. You may remember Chris Rock from some role from. He played. Albert. That's gotta be Albert.
Definitely a typo. Nobody in the history of anything has been named Olurb.
So it's gotta be Albert / MC Gusto in CB4.
Which was a phenomenal movie.
But not phenomenal enough to know without a doubt if the main character's name was Albert. Thanks.
Look, I knew him as MC Gusto, okay?
Yes, it is Albert.
Jeez. Oh, thanks for deceptive. You deceptively quiet over there. He also played Detective Lee Butters in Lethal Weapon 4. And most recently, Andre Allen in Top 5. Peter Stormare plays Adric Vass. You may remember him from such roles as Nihilist Number 1, Ulai Kunkel, or Carl Hungus in The Big Lebowski. Carl Hungus is his porn name.
Yeah.
The Ghost in 22 Jump Street. And most recently, the voice of Minnie in Gnomes and Trolls 2.
Can I just say how stupid I feel right now? Because I saw it and I was like, I don't remember there being a ghost in 22 Jump Street. And then I realized, his character was named the Ghost.
I thought the same thing.
Okay. I don't remember there was a ghost.
Oh, man. You can see the full cast and crew at imdb.com. Oh, man. Okay. I don't know if I should say this before or after the film, but one thing I want to say, well, 2 things, I'll bring this up, is number 1, this is one of the many films that was pushed back because of 9/11.
Yeah.
I didn't notice, I mean, maybe they took it out completely, but I didn't notice where, like, the World Trade Center showed up in this film.
I read online that it was the
subway scenes.
That some of the subway scenes were shot underneath the World Trade Center.
Yeah, it's weird because later on we go to Grand Central Station.
Yeah.
But apparently the actual subway, like when they're down.
So Grand Central's Grand Central, and then they go into
when they like go downstairs.
Trade,
and it's like that was shot underneath the World Trade Center.
Yeah, that would have hurt some people that they saw a back hallway.
Not even like a closet. That people just threw stuff in.
I don't know. That's just, that whole thing's so weird to me. You remember, like, last year when Grandma died and we took all our pictures and our things and we just buried them? We buried them and we never looked at them again and we forgot they ever existed? That's just so weird to me. Like, I don't... Whatever. That's not really what we're here about. What we are here about is ridiculous information about this film, which is apparently this film was originally written as a sequel to Blue Streak.
How?
Yes, exactly. How?
Oh my! Well, how does this film connect to that film? Because the whole time I'm watching this film, I can clearly see where Martin Lawrence is supposed to be making jokes here. It's very clear to me. Like, when anytime there's a vagina reference, I go, that's much more of a Martin Lawrence joke than a Chris Rock joke.
No, I get that.
It's very clear to
But
me.
I mean, like, I fucking hate Martin Lawrence. Let me just say this. I fucking hate
All right.
him. Except for the theme song to Martin.
Oh,
I could
right.
Martin. Everybody can get behind that. But otherwise, I fucking hate Martin Lawrence. So I've never seen Blue Streak, but after reading that little tidbit, I had to go online and look up what the fuck happens in Blue Streak. And Blue Streak...
Have you never seen Blue Streak?
Never seen Blue Streak.
What?
Because I fucking hate Martin Lawrence.
Oh, that's a great film.
The only Martin Lawrence movie I've seen in
Maybe it's because I like Martin Lawrence.
in
It's only
entirety
worth seeing for Luke Wilson.
is the one where he teams up with Timothy Zahn as like their co-security guards and they
National
go out.
Security.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And they do things.
Yes.
So Blue Streak, apparently he's like a bank robber and he pretends.
You've only seen the one Martin Lawrence film where the white guy is accused of racism the whole film.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, you're saying.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I just fucking read this shit
Yeah,
online because
From
I
what I
wasn't watching
remember,
Blue
yeah.
Streak. Blue Streak is about Martin Lawrence is like a robber and he goes and steals diamonds and then somehow he gets separated and the diamonds are in police impound, so he has to pretend to be a cop so he can sneak in and get the diamonds. And at the end of the movie, he crosses the border. And he's like, no, this whole time I was Mexican federale. And they were like, well, thanks for the help. So are you telling me what was in the sequel, they then recruited this guy into the CIA, right?
Yeah.
Recruited this guy into the CIA, and he was suddenly a nice, upstanding gentleman. He's killed, and they find twin Martin Lawrence?
Whoa, hey, hang on. So you're telling me you've seen... Or you've never seen...
Never seen Blue Streak.
Okay, so, but you... No, because if you've seen Blue Streak, you would think that the new Chris Rock is the Martin Lawrence character.
Yeah, no, I that's what I would assume.
Oh, I thought you thought that the upstanding Chris Rock from the beginning of the film...
unless they decided, like...
There's too many Chris Rocks.
Unless they decided, like, oh man, we have no reason to have this black dude in the CIA, well, let's give him a nice black twin who's already in the CIA, but then he gets killed, so now we have to get a ghetto black dude. Like, how is that? Did they decide this isn't going to be a Blue Streak sequel, so now we need a reason to get, like, some dude from the ghetto in the CIA?
Exactly.
Is that the whole...
Yeah, that's my thing, too, is that if this was supposed to be a sequel from Blue Streak, did they add the whole twin aspect because it's not a sequel?
I don't understand for a second why you guys think without the twin brother they would just take him in. Like, if you've seen Blue Streak, there's no reason for the FBI or the CIA to go, yeah, we'll take you in.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to get up.
So how explain to me how it would have worked.
It wouldn't have. It just fucking wouldn't have.
Okay.
It just fucking wouldn't have. At the end of Blue Streak, he goes off and he's like, yeah, I was a Mexican federale the whole time. But he's only tricking the LAPD.
Yeah.
He hides a diamond, goes to jail, comes back years later, and somehow they construct a jail around that vent without disturbing it. And so
not
now,
notice the diamond.
Yeah, and not
for
notice
some
the
reason.
diamond. So now he has to get in there and be, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And the Blue Streak itself is littered with problems. So, but yeah, no, what would have happened was they probably would have said nothing because he kept telling them, no, I'm FBI, I'm federal, so don't investigate, don't tell nobody, it's a secret, you're gonna blow my cover. So they kept it all under wraps in Blue Streak. So he's fine. No one's gonna be like, you worked with the FBI and tricked them all, or whoever they were, LAPD, whatever. So that, like, the first half is garbage.
Okay.
So it would have just been, oh, there's the Martin Lawrence character again, hustling his way through life, and his brother. It would have been the same story. There would have been nothing changed. I don't like it.
So you would have told me that this guy who already impersonated a cop, just happened to have a twin brother in the CIA.
Yeah, I didn't say it was good. Oh my God. Didn't for a second say it was good. But yeah, no, it would have. Based on the blue streak, it still would have made sense to me. Like it's.
But then, wouldn't they somewhat know each other? Well, wouldn't the one brother find out about the other brother being in the system? If you kind of think about it. Because Martin Lawrence gets locked up for 2 years, so we're left to believe that somewhere out there, Martin Lawrence has a twin brother in the CIA.
That's not his business. He's not looking in the record file for. There's no reason for him to look for his brother, for him to find his brother.
No, I'll agree with that, but fuck. Like, I don't know. This movie shouldn't have been made. Can we just?
No, I mean...
Because this movie started off as a sequel to Blue Streak, and can we just say, like, if nobody had been like, let's make a sequel to Blue Streak, we wouldn't have this movie, and it wouldn't be a problem. Everyone would be happier. Life would be good.
I don't know, because Martin Lawrence was like, no, we don't need a sequel to Blue Streak, and they still made it.
Or we could, at the same time, be overthinking it, it could have started as an idea for a sequel to Blue Streak, and then just rewritten... crazily.
Someone just put another black guy in it. That's exactly what happened.
Oh, that's definitely what happened. That's absolutely what happened.
Put another black comedian in it.
They should have just took... Yeah, no, it's very clear to me. They're like, it's close. He's just a black guy. It's good enough. Yeah, no, it was very... Like I said, it's very, very clear to me when the jokes were written for Martin Lawrence and when they were just like, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, anybody could say them. They're just jokes.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like a lot of it was, like... I don't know. The movie felt to me, it's one of those movies where, you know when you watch an action movie starring The Rock, and you're like, oh, here's the part where he clotheslines someone and does a rock bottom.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here's the part where Chris Rock gets to, spout some of his actual material. Because he says at one point, he says later on, like, I eat a pig's ass if you cook it right. Like, that's from one of his...
Yeah. There's a couple of points where, again, it's clearly it's his stand-up. I think that was the overall problem. This is mostly labeled as an action film, but neither of the guys involved they have nothing to do with action.
Yeah, no.
Chris Rock has no action. Anthony Hopkins, maybe I don't know, in the '60s, or maybe there was an extended fight scene in Silence of the Lambs that I missed.
I mean, he bites the shit out of some dude's face and wears a skin mask.
He should have done that in this film.
I just want to say I may get confused during this because literally immediately before watching this movie, I watched another movie involving undercover CIA stuff.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So, if I fucking make up shit, you know why.
Was it another popular film? Or was it
was Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit. It came out last year.
Oh, that's the Tom Cruise movie, right?
No, it's
the guy from Star Trek.
Yeah, Chris Pine. He plays Captain Kirk in the new Star Treks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he plays Jack Ryan.
Oh, I'm thinking of Jack Reacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's pretty fucking weird.
All right, let's
get to the film opening.
Yeah, let's start the fucking holy crap. All right, so the film opens and we just get a whole bunch of shots of European architecture. It's Prague. That's where we're at.
Yep.
And we're shown men who are standing around an antique store. They kind of look like hired thugs, and surprised they are. Chris Rock and a vaguely Russian man are waiting for someone, and that someone is late. Anthony Hopkins shows up, and he's the man they're waiting for. They start talking business, and the Russian guy he's a little reluctant to do business. You know, he's worried, he's nervous, but eventually they get through it. $1 million is a down payment for the down payment exchange of the owner's manual. 10 days, you're going to get a phone call, and that's when the deal's going to go down. So everybody leaves. Now that the deal's good, we got it set down. Everybody leaves. Chris Rock gives the phone that they got for the phone call to Anthony Hopkins. They leave. They split up from each other. Anthony Hopkins puts the phone in a lady's purse that he walks by, and he gets into a cab, and the cab driver's like, everything's all right? Like, yeah. So they're working together, and they drive off. Rock, he's walking down the street. He suddenly starts getting followed. We see some agents like in balconies and back alleys, like, oh no, he's being followed. Anthony Hopkins is like, turn around, we gotta go save him. They go after him to save him, and they start to like close in on Chris Rock. They're pulling, and Chris Rock starts to run. He runs I don't know why he ran. Like, you could clearly see the group, and he clearly ran towards the group of people, because he runs towards, like, a choir, I guess. And so there's, like, it's children and the elderly. Like, that's exactly what he ran towards.
It's a church group. It's a church group of children and the elderly, and Chris Rock is like, I'll just run in between them.
Yeah, he clearly realized, like, there's two options, and he goes, I'll go up these stairs, which takes more effort, and into the group of people, right? The guys who were chasing him down in the car, they can't go up the stairs, so they hop out, pull out their guns, they start firing. I don't think anybody dies. Nobody dies, amazingly. Chris Rock jumps over a wall to safety, and Anthony Hopkins grabs him, like, what are you doing? They argue, well, you're supposed to, the mission. He's like, you're the mission. And then a guy pops up and he shoots the both of them. They hop into the cab and drive away. Turns out Chris Rock's dead.
I just thought it was hilarious that they, like, Anthony Hopkins goes to save Chris Rock. Chris Rock spins around, throws him in the car, and they're laying in there, and Anthony Hopkins is just casually like, wow, that was a close one. And then he's like,
he's still laying on his lap.
His head is in his lap.
Like, oh, that was a close one. Did you guess any of their faces? Did you see any of them? You gonna start sucking?
While you're down there. I don't know why he talks.
He's from the 30s. Look at him. So we jump back to the CIA headquarters, and the head's pretty upset, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do to figure out how they're going to still get this product back. And eventually they're just like, well, I guess this one guy is our only option.
This is a point. Before we even got here, like, immediately after Chris Rock dies, I was like, if this is a fucking ghost movie, just fuck whoever wrote it. I was like, or a twin movie. If this is a movie about twins, fuck you. Fuck whoever wrote this movie, and surprise.
Why did you think it was a ghost movie?
I don't know, because obviously they're going to bring Chris Rock back. It's either a ghost or a twin. Either way.
He already did the ghost one, and it didn't go too well. I don't think he was going to go at it again.
Chris Rock? When was he a ghost?
What was that? Was it Over My Dead Body? Is that
No.
I love my...
It
was a love story, right?
It was a remake, yeah. It was a love story.
You're thinking Ghost Dad. That was Bill Cosby. Different black comedian, you racist asshole.
We've done that one. We know what
that
is.
We reviewed that one.
All right, well, you go ahead and look it up. Yeah. You figure it out. We get to Chris Rock. He's in the park.
Down to Earth.
Down to Earth?
Yeah. Where he gets killed early as a black comedian, and then he goes and is the rich white guy.
Yeah, you have to watch the movie twice to remember he's a rich old white man the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's what he's saying. It's like R.I.P.D. where you got to watch it twice and go, oh, that's a Chinese man and a hot lady the whole time, in order for you to be like, oh wow, this is a wacky film. Same thing. Yeah, Down to Earth, R.I.P.D. Same film. Good. Yeah, we covered that. So Chris Rock, different Chris Rock, the twin brother Chris Rock.
New Chris Rock.
New Chris Rock. That is true.
Rock B.
Rock B.
He is hustling chess in the park, and he's also selling sports tickets on a phone. He's doing back and forth, dominating chess, selling tickets, dominating chess. People keep handing him money. The CIA team that we're already familiar with is nearby, undercover. They're watching him. He gets a phone call. He's got to go pick up his girlfriend. So he just kind of like mocks the guy. You're going to do this. I'm going to do this. You're going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. You're going to do this. And then you lose. So just give me your money now and walk away.
I have so many issues with this movie. And it pretty much starts from here. Like, what essentially happens is Chris Rock's character, Kevin Pope, right? That's Chris Rock A.
Yeah, Chris Rock A is Kevin
Chris Rock A dies.
Yes.
And the CIA literally goes, well, maybe he had a twin nobody knew about. And real, like, that's what
That's what I'm saying, you know.
And it's this whole, like, well, you were separated at birth, and you know, there was the defective one who got sent to, like, poor people land, and there's the good one who got sent to rich white people land.
I have to wonder now if they were just lucky enough to be like, look what we just found. Or if the second he was hired, they're like, we gotta find a contingency plan. Oh, he's got a twin brother? Lock.
I was about to
push this guy up the ranks.
They probably knew from the start he had a twin brother.
That's kind of dick to be like, oh, you know, because obviously Chris Rock A and Anthony Hopkins were good friends. That's established.
It seems like it, yeah.
You're going to tell me Anthony Hopkins was never like, look, Kevin, you know, we've been working together for a couple of years. I should let you know you have a twin brother. and his life is the shits. Maybe you can help him out. No, that never happened. They're like, we're going to keep him a secret from you just in case you die in the line of duty so we can replace you with him.
It probably goes back to Anthony Hopkins' line later of relationships don't work well in the business, so he figures maybe if he knew that he had a brother, it would just make things worse for the CIA in the long run.
If I was the CIA and I was like, well, we have one who's a twin, why would you not just immediately hire the second twin then? Because then it's like, well, we need Kevin to be here. Oh, and here. They would just pre-train him, and then this wouldn't, fucking 90% of the movie wouldn't happen.
I don't know. Maybe that's why that's just a shitty CIA. Because you're not in charge, just hiring twins all over the world.
That's clearly, CIA, if you're listening, I'm calling you out.
Obama, if you're listening,
Yeah.
you pass that law right now.
Yeah.
All twins are subject to CIA duty. All of them. They all have to become secret agents.
Hey, you triplets? Oh, fuck.
Son, you run it. You run it.
Well, one of you runs it.
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't know how to pick which one.
Fight to the death. Oh, but then there's only one, so
Yeah.
you're fired. Sorry. That's what a rough day for that guy.
Yeah.
Or lady, progressive.
Yeah. Equal opportunity employer here at the CIA.
To murder at your own siblings and then be fired for it because you've ruined your only contingency plan. All right, so Chris Rock goes to see his girlfriend, and the CIA spies on him the whole time. They're in a subway car, and Rock's like, "You're pregnant? We're gonna get married. She's pregnant." And she's like, "I'm not pregnant." He's like, "Oh, that's okay. Marriage is a big step. We don't have to do that." And then she's like, "No, I'm taking a new job in a different state with my ex-boyfriend."
Slut.
and Chris Rock is like, "That's fucked up. You're doing this because you hate me." And they slowly walk home, and she's like, "No, I love you, but you have no future and no money, so I gotta go." She doesn't say that directly. But
No, but I mean, I'm not saying she's a gold digger.
no, but that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, no.
Because she's leaving him, and she's going to another state, and then at the end of the movie, he just comes into some cash, and suddenly, she's his best fucking friend.
Yeah. You just got $100,000? Well, I guess we could work it out.
That's good. $100,000, but still no job? Well, somehow that changes everything. Fucking joke. So, yeah, she's gonna leave in a couple of weeks. Spoiler alert. Sorry, I ruined the end of the film for you guys. He gets a bunch of money for some reason, and they get back together
For some reason.
For some reason, yeah. It's vague. It's
It's not enough money, in my opinion, for what happens.
Oh, no,
not even a little. I don't know why he aims so low in his negotiation.
You know why? Because he's poor.
Yes.
He doesn't know.
I guess we're pretty close to that. So
That's why they probably lowballed him at first.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, she's gonna leave in a couple of weeks. So Jake goes to a club, and he tells the DJ she dumped me, and he's like, "All right, I gotta go. You can DJ."
That
That doesn't happen.
No, that's exactly what happened, and it's so fucked up. His DJ buddy is like, "Oh man, what's wrong?" And he's like, "Oh, my girl left me." He's like, "Oh, okay, I gotta go." And that's literally the exchange.
Oh, well, I got some things I gotta do. So
Yeah, he's
good
like-
luck. He just turned to the side, but what happened? My girlfriend broke up with me. Good luck with all that.
Yeah.
Slinks out. Yeah, so he lets him DJ, and Jake immediately puts on a very sad song. And the manager comes over, and he's like, "If you don't act right, I'm gonna fire you." And the whole club's like, "Yeah!" And
I'm all out of love.
yeah. And then that's it. The manager walks away, the song continues to play, and the whole club leaves.
Yeah.
They're just like, "Oh, well, he wins."
Yep.
It's his club now. Well, not the whole club. There's a white lady who likes everything about this.
Racism.
Yeah, she probably likes racism, too. She's a white lady, so. Jake goes home, and he gets a phone call, and he thinks it's Julie. Julie's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." "Oh, no, Big Time Entertainment, whatever his company's got. Somebody's looking for tickets." So fine, he goes out into wherever, it's the middle of nowhere. And when he pulls up in the cab, two suits open the door, and they're like, "All right, here, cab driver, get out of here, go away." And they pull Jake into an empty building. Inside the building, it's Officer Oakes, and the rest of the team is there, and they introduce everybody, and they take a couple minutes trying to explain to him that he has a twin brother because why would anyone just believe that? I don't know why they were like, you have a scar on your chest, and like, you're the government, like, you don't have access to the...
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why the story he told was like, oh, okay. Like, literally, it was like, oh, how? How do I have a twin brother? What makes you think I have a twin brother? Because you were born in a hospital. Also, another kid was born in a hospital. I have a twin! Like, it was such a lackluster story, and he was like, yeah, that's so bad, it's gotta be real.
And it starts off, they show him a picture of his twin, and he's like, well, this is just a picture of me in the suit.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, because what happened was at the hospital, you were the bad baby, and they were like, well, fuck you, and the good baby went to a nice white family. And
Yeah, the story of why it happened is not any better
Like,
than the situation.
We thought you were gonna die, so we figured it's better to leave you in the hospital and then go through adoption. Because that's what we do here at the CIA.
Separate families.
well, I don't think the CIA wasn't involved that early on. The CIA wasn't like, we're going to nurture these kids from birth.
But if your law went through, they will be.
Well, yeah, obviously. You hear that, Obama? I'm calling you out.
The CIA has had a plan to breed the perfect children from the start. The CIA did twins.
Danny DeVito and...
Yeah, that's because there's a good one and there's a bad one in this film, and then that's the same thing. It's the twin. This movie is twins with black people.
But there's no Danny DeVito twin.
He died.
He plays himself, and he dies. Oh, actually, no. Technically, the Arnold Schwarzenegger twin dies, and the Danny DeVito twin's the only one that's left.
So, but no, because...
It's just not physical. It's just a more, like, a mental...
Yeah, but they imply that Chris Rock B is still really smart because he whoops ass and chess and he learns stuff really
So
quick.
he's autistic. Oh, man, that's my scapegoat for everything.
Autism?
Yeah.
You've seen Rayman. You can count stuff.
See how fast he counted those toothpicks?
It's going to come in handy later. So, yeah, he's like, all right, so I have a twin brother. And they're like, yeah, he was also, your twin brother was helping us negotiate
Do
a trade.
something.
Yeah, no, it was negotiate a trade, yeah. They were very vague. And he was like, so, like, what do you need me for? They're like, we just need you to complete it. That's it. He's like, so I'll get a bullet in my ass? Like, is that how bad this is going to be? And he's like, well, yeah, you're going to get compensated. It's not going to be too bad. And eventually, like, first they lowball him with, what was it, like, $50,000 or?
Well, first they were like, well, how much do you want? He's like, $1 billion.
Yeah.
And they were like, come on.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, what are you looking at? And he was like, $10,000. And he was like, you talking 10, they were doing 50, because I know you got more than 10, because you wouldn't know, blah, blah, blah. And they settle on $100,000 with 10 up front and 90 when he completes the job.
Yeah. So, yeah, they got the price, and the job starts right away.
Motherfucker. It just occurred to me how dick this movie is to Chris Rock B.
Okay.
Because...
That's shocking in itself, but okay.
Fuck.
Especially because of the conversation we just had.
No, but extra dick. Extra dick because... Spoiler alert for this movie, because fuck you if you haven't seen it yet, or fuck you if you did, because you watched it. They give stereotypical Russian guy, they give him $1 million. Like, that was the down payment for the nuclear weapon. They just straight up gave it to him.
Yeah.
And then Chris Rock saves the world, basically, and they're like, here's $100,000. And then they don't even like, okay, well, we agreed on $100,000, but you did a great job, so here's a bonus of like, No, it was like, they gave more money to the guy with a nuclear bomb than the guy who stopped the nuclear bomb.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up when you put it like that.
You know why?
I mean,
That's
you
how
know
the
why?
government works.
Because he was black. That's why. Yeah. If it was a white twin, they would have been like, holy shit, you saved the world. Here's an extra $1 million.
And a white lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up. I mean, in reality, the CIA, I think, does have to come up with their own funds.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, those could just be like
I
fucking...
don't know. I've never
fake,
heard
like,
of a CIA fundraiser.
No, because allegedly they'll go and like take over like a drug cartel. Like, let's CIA money now because we need it to find other drug cartels.
That I've heard.
That I believe.
Yeah.
But fucking drug cartels have plenty of money. Dude, just save the world. You telling me you can't, like...
Well, but he also stopped the nuclear arms trade, so now the cash flow is pretty small, you know? It's... he ruined a whole market.
And how do you... Well, I guess the hunters were real, otherwise he would have killed them in 10 days.
And you know he went through that 90 grand quick.
Duh, he got rims and a car. That's it.
All right.
Okay. I didn't go there.
That is nothing. I don't even... No, he did. I was going to say, I don't even think we saw Chris Rock drive a car in this film, but we did.
It's implied at the end.
I mean, because the amount of money he got, that's
The only thing that's implied at the end is that Oaks is going to get married.
Yeah.
To a witch. I'll explain later.
Okay.
I'll explain why she's a witch later.
Please.
All right, seriously. Where are we? We're in the CIA. That's right. Jake has to learn about his brother so he can act exactly like him. They bring him into his room, and Jake is... He's like, oh, you could have went... what is this? A jack? You could have got me a queen. You know, the bed.
Jack-sized bed, yeah.
It's a jack-sized bed. Oh. Yeah, what's all these signs around my room? Oh, turns out the deal that you're going to make is going down in the Czech Republic. You have to learn Czech. Jake is like, if Kevin was so smart, why is he dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, huh? All right, so the CIA wants to know, what are our chances? Oaks doesn't like them, but, you know, what else can they do? So the head tells Oaks, the CIA head tells Oaks, don't tell Jake anything relevant, keep him in the dark. And then Jake just starts saying vagina-related Czechoslovakian things.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is when I'm like, oh, it's very clear to me that was supposed to be Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
There's even some times where I feel like he's saying a line like Martin Lawrence rather than Chris Rock would normally just deliver a line. I don't know. Maybe I'm grasping at straws, but that's the way it really feels to me throughout this whole film. So the next day, Officer Oaks wakes up Jake Hayes, who I finally learned his last name. That's why I say it.
Chris Rockby.
Yeah, Chris Rockby, yeah. And he pours water on him, and that's how he wakes him up, it's hilarious because it's too early. Which immediately I'm like, Jesus Christ, they waterboarded him. No, barely waterboarding is not as funny as I thought it was.
No. Because waterboarding is the fucking most awful. Waterboarding is literally, you're just drowning.
That's what they did to him, didn't they?
No,
It wasn't waterboarding.
He had the sheet over his head, and
That's not waterboarding. When I think of
that's
waterboarding,
pretty much it.
you're more tied down and, you know...
Oh, well, yeah.
Waterboarding
If
is
get
like
restraints
you're
and,
laying
like-
inverted on a table and they throw a towel over your face and just pour water on it. So you just constantly like, I can't breathe. And then they find out the location of Osama bin Laden.
Shit,
Yeah, where in this
Allegedly.
case, I think they're just being dicks.
Yeah, no, they're definitely just being dicks.
That's why I thought it was hilarious, but apparently I was fucking wrong. All right, never mind. You ever seen that
What?
video of Todd Glass getting waterboarded with lemonade?
Yes!
That's the best. Oh, man. Todd Glass getting waterboarded by lemonade. It's good stuff. So, Jake has to watch videos of his brother articulate, and he tries to learn the music and the sports that he likes. They have nothing in common.
No.
Obviously. Why would they?
Yeah. Except chess.
Do they? Oh, yeah.
But they literally don't use it at all.
They do, but it's so far and few between that it's like they... Like, the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, that's a chess round. Like, I noticed a few more, but I was still like, those are so, like, vague. Yeah, there's, like, a part in the middle where they're like, we got checkmate, and we gotta we got a pawn,
Yeah,
and we
no,
got...
I get...
Like, but
But that was, like, really, like, fucking reaching. Like, they were like, how can we jam chess in
Exactly.
there?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, yeah, like they'll be sitting around like thinking like, man, what are we gonna do? Let's look at this bishop over here. Like it's just, just crammed.
Later on, he has to remember numbers, and he's like, well, I remember them, and
ruins the film. The whole film, I don't know, maybe you felt wrong, but I felt the whole film was okay. And then the ending, I was like, dude, what the fuck did you just do?
No, see,
what the fuck just happened?
I thought the whole film was okay
Yeah.
until I realized there was still like 40 minutes left.
Yeah, that's because they're like, we got
it
the
gets to a
bomb.
point when they're like, oh, that's not the bad guy. Here's the new bad guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you kidding me? How are we not, like...
They touch the bomb for the first time, and I think they're still, like, a half hour left in the film.
40
and then they
minutes,
touch the bomb for the last final time, and there's still, like, 15, 20 minutes left in the film. It's insane. But I'd love to just fly through this film. I'd love to fly through it.
So we get the whole, like, training montage kind of deal of him learning to be, and of course we have the gags like, no, this is how you smoke a cigar. Oh, look, he's rolling a blunt.
Yeah.
Which, how the fuck is he in CIA custody and he's got...
Yeah, any of that stuff.
Like,
I mean,
did he just fucking keister it all?
Yeah, and the worst part, I thought, couldn't roll a blunt for his life.
Oh, no.
For the fuck of it.
I have
even
no
come
idea
close.
how to roll a blunt, but I know it's not like that.
No.
He pretty much he just pretty much shoved the whole thing in his mouth and then just twisted it, and he was like, no, this is it.
It like, basically, it was like somebody was like, I want a burrito, but I want it 8 seconds ago. And they just kind of, like, folded it, and, like, if there was a staple gun nearby, there would have been a staple in that blunt. It was awful. It was a try. That one, I was like, that was very clear that they were like, let's just get another black guy.
Yeah.
Like, all black guys smoke weed. Like, let's just, like, I felt like, I mean, I don't know. I haven't listened to all Chris Rock stand-up, but Chris Rock is not known for his weed smoking. I don't think I've ever heard him say anything about yay weed. So, like, for that joke to be in this film, that's like, oh, that's definitely someone else.
I kind of wonder if the director was like, all right, so now you roll a blunt. And Chris Rock was like, I don't know how. He's like, what do you mean? You're black. Just roll it. And he's like, well, action. Ta-da!
Didn't even get that close. I'm like, all right, Chris Rock, roll this blunt. He was like, spell it. Didn't even know how to spell the word. Okay. So yeah, they do the whole, these are antiques, and he sleeps, and this is what a cigar is, and he writes, but this is wine, and he chugs it, and chest bumps, and, which again, that's not, like, when has Chris Rock ever done anything, that was such a clear Martin Lawrence thing to me. It was so clear that was supposed to be the Martin Lawrence character. Yeah, so he gets everything wrong, whatever. Then the next day, suddenly he's fantastic at everything.
Yeah.
He tries to Oakes tries to wake him up by pouring water on him. He's already up.
Whoa!
He tries to, like, oh, how do you do, what's this? And he's like, this is the proper way to smell and cut a cigar. And this is the you check for the sediment in the wine. And, oh, is that an Egyptian cloth you're wearing? Quite. Oh, Europe, yes, posh. So, yeah, and the CIA is watching the whole thing, and they're like, yeah, he's still not going to do it. He still sucks. And they're like, let's just throw him into Michael Turner's life. Or...
They put him in his like,
yeah, I'm not sure if they put him into Michael Turner's life or to Kevin Pope's life, but they put him into one of those lives.
No, they put him into Kevin's life.
Kevin Pope's life.
Yeah.
No, they put him into Michael... wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, they put him into Kevin's life.
Because he goes to New York, right?
Yeah,
No,
he goes to New York.
that's Michael Turner's life because they still treat him... The lady still thinks he's an antique dealer.
No, yeah, Kevin's an antique dealer.
No, Kevin is the CIA agent, and Michael Turner is his cover. That's an antique dealer.
I have no idea what's going on.
All right. So I'm gonna draw a picture here. So this is Chris Rock A.
That's clearly a penis.
No, it's a stick figure. Chris Rock A is the CIA, and his disguise when he wears his hat is Kevin Turner, the antique dealer.
No, I understand how the name thing works.
There is no Kevin Pope.
No, there is a Kevin
Yeah,
Pope.
No, but there is no, like, Kevin Pope doesn't have
But not for
neighbors.
nothing. You're gonna tell me someone who plays an alias that he's an antique dealer isn't gonna go into antiques himself? That's like being like, oh, my alter persona loves baseball, but I hate baseball. You're not gonna be like over time, be like, yeah, I recognize that as
No, but he keeps his cover all the time. That's it. He lives his cover.
I don't think...
I
think
it's
it's
pretty
Michael.
Much,
Yeah,
it's pretty much implied in this movie, like, when you work for the CIA, you're either out doing CIA shit or you're at the CIA base. Like, you don't exist outside of...
Which is funny, because I mentioned that later on, that that based on the fact that these events all take place in 9 days, I assume anytime any character is not on screen, they're sleeping.
Yeah. Pretty much, because
everything happens right. Like, there's no time. There's like
CIA guys get paid overtime?
No.
Oh man.
Well, maybe they're government agents. I don't know how that would
I
work.
figured at that point it'd be salary because you're on the clock 24/7 by that.
Yeah, that's what I would assume. It would just be like an on call. Like
so is it kind of like a firefighter deal where, New York City firefighters they'll like live at the station for 3 days, and they basically like. You're just on call all the time, but then you get 3 days. You think maybe, all right, well, you guys got 2 months of just fuck you. You live and breathe this shit, and 2 months off.
I mean, if you're saving the world from nuclear threat, I guess that's kind of part of it. I mean, I'm sure there are desk guys who like Monday, Friday, type of 9 to 5. Someone's got to do paperwork. That'd be terrible, just like on planes and like escaping explosions, like just filling out forms.
I have to fill out this reprimand because my subordinate didn't properly.
Can't even finish that sentence.
No,
that's too much
that's how
shit going
busy
on.
they are.
That's how busy they are.
So yeah, they drop him into
Michael Turner's life. We're fine.
Man, now I gotta go back and fucking double check to make sure. But I'm pretty sure they drop him into Michael Turner.
It's gotta be Michael Turner.
Yeah.
There is no Kevin Pope. There can't be one. Yeah. So yeah, Oakes knows that we're using him as bait, but whatever. So they bring him into his old apartment. Oakes gives him a card, and like, if you need anything, this is where you can find us. Jake is like, oh my god, everything's so big. Look at this, and you can have a puppet party in here.
Yeah, I didn't. What's a puppet party? What is that?
Like a political, like a puppet.
See, I thought
party?
it was my brain either goes like we're gonna have like a puppet show here, which I didn't understand, except for the fact that like there were like 2 steps, so maybe we downstairs then we can like raise our hands up and have puppets.
That didn't make any sense, but okay.
No, so we could either have a puppet show in my apartment, which doesn't make any sense, or puppet party is some kind of sexual innuendo.
Yeah, where you just put puppets on your penis. I don't know.
And then you have a puppet show.
Or maybe it's like, what Cheech and Chong film is that? Where the lady brings out the sock puppet and then blows the guy with the sock puppet.
I don't remember that.
It's the one with Pee Wee Herman in it.
Oh.
And then with Red. Where Cheech plays Red, his cousin Red, the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on, man?
I'm sorry I took some money.
And what's his name? Stacy Keach slowly turns into a lizard.
Yeah.
Is that all the same film? There's a lot going on in that film.
Nice Dreams? Or Up in Smoke was the
I
first
think
one.
it's Nice
I think
Dreams
it's Nice
they're
Dreams.
doing the ice cream truck the whole time.
Yeah, that's the one where they've got the ice cream truck that is made of weed.
No, the weed truck is a different truck, I think. And then there's a truck made of weed, and then there's an ice cream truck that they sell weed out of. I know. There's 3 movies, and eventually they're all just the same film. Like they're just all like one.
Which is the one where they perform at the end in the band?
That's Up in Smoke.
That's the first
the one
one.
with the weed, a van. With the van made of weed.
No.
Yeah.
The one with the weed van is the one with Stacy Keach where he turns into the lizard. It's definitely because they're following Stacy Keach. He's like a CIA agent. Yes. He's like a CIA agent, and they're following Cheech and Chong. They're trying to get to the bottom of this weed van.
I don't know, man. Which one do they sing the Beaner song, Fran?
I think
I
Up in
don't
Smoke.
fucking know. Which
They're all the same. There's only one Cheech and Chong film, isn't there? It's just one 6-hour film.
no. All right, because there's Up in Smoke was their first one, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if we figure out the names because we don't know what happens in any of them.
Well, in the first one, he like picks up Chong on the side of the road, and then I don't know what happens after that. I don't know. Somehow there's a lizard. The Stacy Keach turns into a lizard.
He smokes weed.
Where do they get the money that Pee Wee Herman steals?
Pee Wee Herman steals money?
Yeah, they have a briefcase
I think
full
that's
of
the
money.
second one. Are you talking about already crazy coked out Pee Wee Herman, or are you talking about hotel owner Pee Wee Herman?
Okay,
I'm talking about the one where they find him and he's like a mental patient and he steals his briefcase.
Yeah, that's this different one, I think. That we're thinking. I think we're talking about two different ones.
Okay, the one with Pee Wee Herman and Cousin Red is Cheech and Chong's next movie.
Oh, that's the next
Oh,
movie?
what the fuck? We weren't
God.
even talking about that one.
Yeah.
Nice Dreams with the Lizard Man, though, right?
Let's see.
With Stacy Keach, and he slowly morphs into a lizard because the weed... something. It's something. He smokes weed and he turns into a lizard. I don't know how or why. And no, that's why. Because they get weed from Dr. Timothy Leary, the inventor of LSD.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what you get? Nice Dreams is the one with the ice cream truck. This that is the pot.
Yes.
Band.
So that is I
couldn't even tell you how we started talking about this.
No, yeah, I'm not even. I just want to know which one Stacy Keach was in, and then we'll move on.
Oh, we're talking about the puppet parties and the puppet blowjob.
Which was Next Dream. That was Next Dream that happened in.
Next movie.
Because that's, yes, next movie. God damn it!
Nice Dreams.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna go watch Nice Dreams later then. Jesus Christ. Holy crap. Fuck shit. I'm not fuck Cheech and Chong, they're great, but fuck that shit.
Nice Dreams was the one with the puppet blowjob?
No, with Stacy Keach in it.
Next movie
had
was
the puppet
one
blowjob.
Yeah.
Yes, because that had red in it. When Cheech was wearing the fur coat the whole time.
Okay.
I didn't understand that character at all. I for the whole movie I'm going, why? Where's Cheech? What is red? Why is red here?
So have we figured out what a puppet party is? Is it just puppet blowjobs?
There's definitely penises involved.
All right.
There's definitely penises involved.
I'll agree with that.
All right, good. Delta likes the penis. So, the neighbor comes to the door. Come look at this thing I have. Haha, he doesn't really know what antiques are.
Yeah.
Oh, hilarious. The CIA head is still like, no, he can't do it because like he fooled the neighbor, he fooled the dog, he fooled he's good, he's great, he's good. The CIA head's like, no, it's bullshit. Just let him keep doing it because he's garbage at it, right? As that's happening, bad guy sneaks up into the bathroom, starts fighting with Jake. Jake just keeps throwing glass into the guy, throws the glass
smashing
door,
glass.
throws the cologne bottle, a gigantic cologne bottle.
Yeah.
Like that must be enough.
I was gonna say that should have knocked him out for a little while.
The door should have done that.
Yeah, I don't understand, because that was a heavy glass door, and he goes...
To, like, factually, the force that it takes for a bottle to break over your head is enough to give you a concussion. And a concussion will, and probably will, if it's hard enough, will make you black out.
Yeah.
And if you black out, you're fucking dead. Like, it's not like cartoons where people black out and wake up and like, oh, what was that? Like, no, if you black out, massive brain hemorrhaging, you will die soon.
Well, no, I've blacked out before.
Did you go to a doctor?
No, but I've blacked out, and you just go into autopilot.
Yeah, if you get a concussion,
If you get a concussion and, like, black out, like, and don't
fall
unconscious...
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, yes. That's what I meant. If you'll black out unconscious.
But even then, if you get hit hard enough to break that bottle and don't go unconscious, you just go on autopilot mode, which then you're moving, like... fucking half speed.
Yeah, it's
and
like you're sleepwalking.
Yeah, you're basically sleepwalking.
In reality, the force that it takes to break most glass over someone's head is enough to give them brain damage, even if only mild.
Yeah.
Because that's what a concussion is. It's very mild. But you regrow brain cells.
Yeah.
That's a myth that they don't grow back, so that's fine.
No, as long as you...
Yeah, give me your head, I'll show you.
As long as you fully recover from a concussion before you get another one, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's the reason why there's so much trouble with, like, the NFL and stuff is because they just smash heads against each other for 2 hours straight.
Yeah. And then a week later, they do it again.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks if they're
They do that over and over again for, like, 4 months.
Yeah. And I've heard stories that, ironically, the pads make them think that they're invincible
they
and
hit
harder than they would if they were just wearing leather caps.
And if you watch football, usually they just legit just go head first at each other.
Yeah, that's why my neck's messed up. For the love of God. So, yeah, Jake, he's fighting a guy with glass. The guy should be dead. He doesn't matter. He's gonna die later anyway.
Yeah.
Jake runs out of the bathroom through a window, goes across the ledge, and gets away to safety. The bad guy just runs out of the building and tries to run away, but the CIA catches up with him. They run to the roof, and then the guy just jumps off the roof to get away from the CIA.
Yeah. Falls, die, dead.
Yeah. I think it would have been something worth mentioning if the guy jumped off the roof.
And
then lived and just sprinted away.
But there was a trampoline at the bottom, and he just bounced back up. So yeah, this CIA loses Jake. He takes off running and goes to his foster mom's house, right? His mom's house.
Yeah. He calls his girlfriend first, but that's that's BS. They just, I love you. No, you can't talk to her. Hang up. You're tapped. Whatever. Blah. Goes to the woman's house. It's his foster mother, like you said.
Yeah.
She just gives him typical mother stuff, do better. Where's that girl you were with? Here's some money. But she's like, I know, don't worry, I know you're going to do one day something that makes me proud. He leaves. Oaks is just creeping around in the backyard under a tree. The whole time I'm just going, I want to know if that's an oak tree now.
I wish I knew enough about botany to know if that was a tree or an oak tree or not.
Nothing. I know nothing about it. Which is sad because I have a textbook over there. Oh man.
You could have fucking paused the movie and just looked in your book.
I really could have.
Or, considering we live in the future, just gone Google, what does an oak tree look like?
That's not true, because then they would have given me, 1,000 different oak trees, and cartoon oak trees, and Professor Oak, and, Oak Street, and...
Fair enough. And oaksex.com, because...
Something I gotta check out later. What is that?
Everything's porn.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is where Oaks comes clean. He's like, look, your brother got shot and he died, but we need you because we need you.
Yeah, he doesn't give them too good of a convincing.
Right, yeah, I'm gonna go outside and give you 10 seconds. That whole thing was dumb too.
Yeah. And the rebuttal wasn't any better when he was like, oh, you would have done better with bitch, get in the car. And then he doesn't even say the line right.
No, he says, get in the car, bitch.
Yeah.
Which only leads me to believe that Chris Rock on the streets isn't bitch and lets everyone push him around because Anthony Hopkins could easily be like, yeah, okay, fine. If that's all it takes, bitch, get in the car.
Yeah, it is all it takes because he does get in the car.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it. So they fine, let's go ahead. We're going to tell you the truth finally. So they start debriefing him on everything, right? The Black Hand, who that guy that tried to kill him earlier is a member of, they pledged their life to this whole anti-America thing. The guy that they're trading with, he's a scum. He's in prostitution and a whole bunch of other stuff. There's also a guy called the Hammer who I guess may beat people with hammers.
They really didn't show that image well to know what he was freaking out about.
It looked like a bloody skull. Or maybe a statue painted slightly red. I wasn't sure. One thing I am sure of is the Hammer is definitely that guy's porn name.
Yeah.
So the team wakes Jake up the next day with a kidnapping. Or I guess middle of the night. I don't know. Yeah. They wake him up with a kidnapping, and Oaks is like, this is a test. You got to figure out who kidnapped you. You got to tell us when you're panicking. Your brain's got to react quickly and stuff like that. And Jake is like, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. What the hell are you doing? And he's like, it's a test. Come on, it's a test. And he's like, no, it's BS because I felt her titties. I smelled his cologne. I stole this guy's wallet. And he just jokes about them. It's terrible. And it's at this point, it's they've only been training him for about 4 days now. So either my theory about twins was very wrong and Jake is a super genius, or these agents are somehow really good teachers, but also very bad agents.
That, or maybe being that he's hustling tickets and everything, maybe this isn't the first time he's been jumped with people in masks and things like that, so he kind of just picked up on it.
That's a plausible explanation, but that was something they could have shown in the film. That was...
No, I think it's implied that you grow up in the hood and you can handle anything. CIA training ain't nothing compared to the hood.
Yes, he didn't get that off well enough, to be honest. I think this is literally the first trouble we see Chris Rock has. Physical trouble. because she has trouble with his girlfriend earlier.
Which is weird because he's like, he acts all fine being kidnapped, like, oh, this is happening. But yeah, when the bad guy runs into the hotel, he freaks out. It's like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. Well, that was after the training, I think. Well, not after the training, but it was a day after him telling them the truth.
But still.
So maybe the confidence boosted his morale? I don't know.
Yeah, what the?
Don't know.
Yeah, he goes from being like, no, I know my brain doesn't shut off and I don't panic to, like, 24 hours earlier, he literally ran out of a hotel.
Onto a ledge.
Yeah, like, onto a ledge, down through, like, a 40-story hotel, screaming the whole time. Ah! Ah!
Yeah, I think this movie may have been shot out of order. It's a possibility. Right, so the team shows Jake what he's stealing. He jokes about like what it is, but it's a nuclear bomb, so it's no joke. The team, they all arrive in Prague, and we get more glamour shots of Prague architecture and statuary and all that great stuff. Jake greets the hotel staff, and he accidentally insults them. He calls the girl Cardboard, yeah, instead of whatever her actual name, yeah. Across the street, the CIA is getting ready and getting all their shit together and all that great stuff.
It's not even across the street. It's literally across the hall. Because they put him up in a fancy hotel and they rent the suite across.
No, yeah. No, that happens. But also, when he arrives to the hotel, literally behind the building across the street, every other member of the CIA is getting ready with like guns and like cars and yeah. Also, in the hotel, they're in the hotel room across from him. Yeah, they're constantly across from him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're also in the next town and in the next city and in the next country. It's just a Russian nesting doll of CIA headquarters. So in the hotel, the CIA does not like what they see on the computer, which the computer is looking into Jake's room.
Yeah.
They go inside to Jake's hotel room across the hall, and he has 3 women who's grooming. They're grooming his toes. He's got a room service guy on standby, and they're like, party's over. This is not what this is about. The cell phone rings. They got to go ahead and get the deal to go. In an hour, not now. You got to bring in an hour. They set up a computer so that the retina scan on it only works with Jake's eyes, so the computer can access the codes in the bomb, and they can use the codes to de-arm the bomb or something. It's whatever. They go to the riverside, and Jake and Oaks finally meet the dealer. 10 days passed since the beginning of the film, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, huh?
So it's not 9 days. The film isn't called 9 days then.
Yeah.
It can't be 9 days.
Because then the movie keeps going after this.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. And it feels like 10 days. It already feels like I've watched a full movie.
Yeah.
But I think it's literally like 30 minutes in.
Yeah, I think we're like 30 or 40 minutes
No,
in.
we're about the hour. No, yeah, you're right. About 40 minutes in.
Maybe a little deeper, closer to 40, 45, yeah. But yeah, no, we're still, it's a 2-hour film, so we're, like, you think we're getting towards the end.
Nope.
There's still double what you just
There's
watched.
a whole movie left.
Yeah, there's still,
So they go to the riverside and they meet Carl Hungus and the Hammer, the greatest porn tag team in the fucking universe. And they don't like that he disappeared for a week, and the phone they gave him had a GPS, but it turns out, oh no, you just went to Rome and blah blah blah. And
he just went to
nothing suspicious.
No.
You didn't go to the CIA headquarters or anything. So they decide that, okay, well, we're gonna transfer you the money. We're not gonna bring you a suitcase full of $9 million. We're gonna transfer you the money as soon as we can verify that the bomb is the real deal.
Yeah. So, everyone leaves. They're okay with that. That's a fine deal by them.
I just realized how many fucking times they go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Hotel and out. Hotel, now we're gone. Hotel, somewhere else. Hotel.
Yeah.
Way too fucking much.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So again, they go back to the hotel, and Jake's like, what kind of just happened? Like, what was that? Everything go okay? Because he still has no clue about what's going on. Oaks is like, yeah, no, everything went fine. We kind of almost died, so everything's great.
Yeah.
And they just go back into their hotel rooms. In Jake's hotel room, he hears some weird music, and there's a woman in a shower. Turns out it's Michael Turner's girlfriend, and she's there to have dinner and makeup from the fight they had. Oaks knocks on the door and lets him know that that's Nicole, Michael Turner's girlfriend. She's a CNN reporter, so don't blow this, because she'll ruin you.
Yeah.
Jake goes back inside, and he's like, don't cheat, don't cheat, don't cheat, don't cheat. And he looks at Nicole, and she's wearing her negligee, and she's like, I hope you're hungry, which I had to watch it twice before I realized she's just getting ready to go to the dinner date.
No, I 100%
Yeah.
assumed she was implying sex.
Yeah, nope.
She's sitting on the bed
Yeah, I know.
in her sexy unmentionables.
Yep. No, she was getting dressed. That was the opposite. The opposite of what was happening.
Yeah.
is what
Well,
we
you
thought
don't
was
know
going
Michael
on.
Turner's fetish. Maybe he's into that. Just having her being dressed and then undressing her.
I don't know what he's into, because...
No, they're
Nothing.
like, no, he had intimacy problems.
Yeah,
and-
so that's why I genuinely don't know what he's into.
yeah. They actually say the reason why she left is they basically imply he couldn't get it up.
Yeah.
So
So what does he say? Some psychobabble crap?
yeah.
I don't know why. I thought that was funny. But I'm just like, I don't know, some psycho shit. Dude's a loon.
So he makes a quick call to his girlfriend
Julie.
Julie. Yeah.
Out in Jersey, yeah.
Oh.
But she doesn't, she misses the call.
Yeah.
Like every time he calls her.
But he leaves her the message, oh my god, I love you so much. And
Yes.
just, no, I didn't know how much I loved you until right now, right this second.
Yeah, I realized in this movie that Jake has a girlfriend. Michael Turner has a girlfriend. I was like, if we learn that Kevin Pope also has a girlfriend in this film, it's just going to be the fucking worst. I'm going to lose it. So...
What if Kevin Pope had a boyfriend? That would have been some fucked up shit.
Turns out the real Kevin Pope.
That's why Michael Turner had intimacy problems.
Oh.
Maybe because he was actually into the old lady that lived under him.
That's gross.
Maybe that's why him and Oaks were so close.
That's extra gross.
He did go down on him before he died.
That's why every
while he died. Please.
That's all, yeah. Maybe that's why every
He took a shot in
time
the mouth.
he's
Shot in the back, then in the mouth.
That's what killed him.
And that's how Kevin Pope died.
So yeah, they go on their date, and Jake doesn't like the meal that they bring for Michael. Mostly because it's a whole like they didn't even scalp it. Or descale it. That's it. They didn't even descale
No,
it.
it was like the whole fish.
Yeah.
And then like a couple slices of, I guess, fish on the side.
Fish and more fish.
That's what it looked like. It was like a whole fish, and then there was like a side of what looked like more meat, which I assume was some type of fish.
Let me get a whole catfish and 3 swordfish steaks. Jesus Christ. He's getting ready for later on. He's got to
Yeah.
protein up. Oh, man. So Nicole tries to make sexy time with him, but he won't because, he doesn't want to cheat because of Julie. And she's like, I know you're going to make me jump through hoops, but he still won't give it. And then she's like, oh, what, is there somebody else? And he's like, yeah, there is. It's Julie. She's this, she's that, she's great. And Nicole's like, that's silly. You wouldn't love a nurse. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Someone from Jersey.
Yeah, and he's like, love don't live here no more. She's like, that's hot. You're passionate. And she starts making out with him. And we go back to the hotel where I'm very positive that Nicole is now drunk.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like to me. Either that or she suddenly has an inner ear infection. A severe one. A terrible one. So she kisses him, and she's like, wait a minute, you're not Michael. That's when the CIA noticed that there's a bunch of men coming in to get them. Jake and Nicole, not the CIA. Jake and Nicole continue to argue, but then they start running once the shooting begins. Then everybody kind of just Scooby-Doo chases each other, like
Yeah.
up and down stairs and in and out, like just all over the place. It's definitely a Scooby-Doo thing. And while they're doing the Scooby-Doo thing, Jake explains the whole twin brother situation to Nicole, well, as much as he can anyway. This is because he doesn't really know too much himself. They hide in a laundry chute, and the CIA just kind of cleans up house, shoot all the bad guys. Vaz, the dealer, calls on the phone while he's hanging in the chute, and they got 2 hours to get to the cemetery because that's when the deal goes down. One of the bad guys hears the cell phone ring, so he just kind of sneaks around. Eventually, he finds them hanging in the chute, pulls his gun out, goes to shoot them, but then Oakes comes over behind, kills that bad guy.
Yep.
But the bad guy slumps forward, falls onto them, and all three of them
fall down the laundry chute.
Yeah. All the way down the laundry chute. Down in there, the white CIA guy is kicking ass, and he uses the noise of them screaming down the elevator or the laundry chute to distract the guy, throws a basket into him, shoots him, takes the basket, saves them. CIA guy, the white CIA guy.
Yeah.
You know, like, he's the only guy with any action in this whole film.
No, without a doubt.
And he was badass.
Yeah.
Like, the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, all right, that's cool, yeah. And then he shoots a guy, and then, like, climbs down from the balcony, like, upside down. Like, I was like, what?
No, there was all kind of, like, he is the action hero. This is kind of like the movie. This is like the Mission Impossible spinoff.
Yeah.
Where you're not focusing on Tom Cruise, you're focusing on the guy who knows Tom Cruise. That's basically like you're like, oh, Tom Cruise is fucking shit up over there. Let's do our own thing over here in the meantime. That's basically what ends up happening, because the white CIA guy, I know him from the show Suits.
Yeah, he's Suits.
Yeah,
he is Suits.
That's his show.
Yeah. I think, I don't know which one. I gotta look it up. I think he may be in Mission Impossible too. I'm not positive.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure he was
behind enemy lines.
Oh, I think maybe Behind Enemy Lines is what I was thinking of.
Sex in the City.
Definitely wasn't that.
Spin City.
Might have been that.
Beverly Hills. So it was probably Behind Enemy Lines.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking of, Behind Enemy Lines. But still, action. Another action film. He was...
No, he is definitely the action hero of this movie, because he does all of the ass kicking.
Yeah.
And all of the, like, cool shit that happens. That's pretty much all him.
Yeah. No, yeah. Did you notice when they fell out of the laundry chute that Chris Rock, I assume, was stunt double, totally missed the laundry... Well, not totally, but missed the laundry basket and crotched himself?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And they kept it in. Like, I was like, all right. Yeah, you totally see the Chris Rock, like body, and just crotch himself.
Awesome.
I was like, oh, my God. Yeah, it looked bad. So, yeah. White guy saves him.
Yep.
Surprise!
White guy's a hero.
White guy's a hero. Who would have thought? Back in the hotel room, Nicole is upset because Michael never even told him that she had a twin brother. Also, they're clearly drug dealers.
Yeah.
Very clearly drug dealers. They leave. Turns out those guys were the Black Hand guys. Also, deal goes down in 2 hours, so let's get our shit together. Into the mission briefing. The CIA members, they're in the cemetery already, scoping it out. Tracking devices being put in the car, because that's the best they can do to help them out. Connect the computer to the bomb as soon as possible, and then stall so we can download the information. That's just, bullet points of the briefing. Yeah, once that happens, they'll transfer the money, but the money's fake, so it's not a big deal. Doesn't really matter. And then they give Jake a watch with a panic button on it. And it just literally just makes an alarm go off.
They didn't, like, when they gave him the watch, I was like, oh, they're going to give him some, like, James Bond shit.
That's exactly what I thought.
And it's literally just...
It's just the watch version of a rape whistle.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's the equivalent of the life alert.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
Like, basically, if he's fallen and he can't get up, he just presses the button.
That's the best he's got, yeah. If you've got some trouble, press this button and, well, we'll get there eventually.
If you're an elderly old woman and you slip and fall, here's a watch for you. Because you just press this button and eventually someone will come help.
That's it. That's all you have to do. I don't know why, because we've seen him several times before, but it's right in this scene when I realized that the head of the CIA kind of looks like Anderson Cooper.
Fuck.
That's who it was. I was trying to figure out who it looked
The whole time, I'm like, this guy looks so familiar. Right? I go, that's Anderson Cooper.
Yep.
That's who that is. All right. So they get to the cemetery. And then the phone rings, and they're like, oh, go somewhere else now.
Yeah.
Because that's, how deals work. So then everyone scrambles, and they run to go to the secondary place they have to go to. They get in the country, so the CIA has to pull way, way back so they're not noticed.
Yeah.
They pull up to a monastery, and a man takes their coats, runs a metal detector on them, and they go, all right, drive on. CIA shows up eventually. They wait outside, like, all right, we're here, we got your back. Inside, they show Jake, Michael, the bomb. He looks at the computer and he starts getting the info. He starts to stall. He's like, oh, Dr. Dre claims that this is, vital to the information for your everyday life.
Yeah, they basically told him, like, stall as long as you can, because while you're scanning the bomb, it's going to download the, like, arm and disarm codes.
Yeah.
I don't understand how, like, maybe I just don't understand science, but, like, how do you just, like, and it downloads it? Like, that seems incredibly unsafe that you could just, like, hold something over a nuclear bomb and download.
Well, they do mention, the one thug mentions that one electrical jolt will cause that bomb to explode and all of them will die right there.
I don't even mean unsafe in that manner. I just mean, as someone who designs nuclear bombs, how is there not a way to prevent, like, someone from holding something over it that scans what the launch code is? Like, how?
Yeah,
They're not even plugging into the bomb.
I thought they did.
No, he just waves some fucking...
Oh, I thought he plugged in and he was just waiting that thing to fuck with them.
I thought he plugged it. That was the whole thing. You gotta hook the computer up to the bomb. You don't just wave your...
Oh,
wand.
see, I missed the plug-in part. I thought he was just going, like, with his little wand thing. That makes more sense.
That's it. Those were the plans. I admit, we left that part out of the episode. They told him, just go, place the computer next to the bomb, and then do your best impersonation of a dubstep song. And you'll be good. You'll be fantastic. So, yeah, he's checking the bomb. He gets the info. And he's stalling because he's like, oh, Dr. Dre and...
The Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang Clan, and they use a technique known as the SHAQ technique, or the Shack Attack. Yeah.
There is no way
Oh, I know.
they don't know who Shaq is.
Exactly.
Fucking everybody knows
Especially
who
when
Shaq
he's like,
is.
oh yeah, he's from LA, formerly from Miami. It's just like, you just gave away everything.
Like, you are the dumbest.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, he keeps trying to stall, but it's not enough time. Not enough time. Ruins it. Well, that doesn't ruin it, but their plan kind of falls through. So let's go. We got to trade the money now. They trade the money, and Vaz is, yeah, I got my money. Let's go. But then the Black Hand shows up, and it turns out that the Hammer, Michelle, is working with the Black Hand.
Yep.
And, Vaz gets shot dead, and then Oaks is like, remember that button on your watch? And Jake presses it, and boom.
He presses his life alert.
Yeah.
And this is the point where he's like, oh, it's a double cross. And then Michelle's like, okay, where's my money? And they shoot him, and he's like, never mind, triple cross.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all. I don't know if you noticed it, but when they were transferring the money, luckily it happens pretty fast, but they have to transfer $1 at a time.
Yeah, I didn't understand. That's not how. That's not. It's certain just like, bloop, okay, it's there.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah, I didn't. I was just the whole time like
the money
it's
transfer
not-
basically worked like a download, like 1%, 2%.
Yeah, they had a file that was worth $90 million, and they had to transfer the file.
Which, not for nothing, if they needed time to stall, why didn't they just put the wire in? Because he was waiting to see that all the money went into his account.
Yeah, why didn't it just transfer slower?
Yeah, that's sure, yeah. You know, they could have gotten all the codes that they needed at that point.
There is one competent CIA agent in this movie, and it's the white
IT
dude.
guy?
Yeah, it's the guy from Suits. That's the only competent. Everybody, like the guys who design all these things and come up with all, they're all incompetent except for the one action hero.
Yeah, and that may just be because we don't see him have anything like complex to take care of. He's just shooting guns and saving the world. So yeah, in this silo that they were in, the guys who made the wire transfer with the money, they start to fight. Back in this in the monastery that they're in, the shooting starts going off. Everyone's firing at each other. Jake is in the corner praying. Oaks grabs some dead guy's gun. the bad guy's like, "What? Don't shoot the bomb." Duh, yeah. So Jake runs.
Which I don't think that's how.
I've got no idea how bombs work.
Okay.
Not a single clue.
So it doesn't work. Like you can't just shoot it and it goes off.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't I've been learning very little about electronics, and basically the way, from what little I understand, basically you know how when someone clips the wrong wire and what you'd have to do is set it up in a way so that every wire connects into another wire in a way that it turns the whole signal off, and then clipping one wire connects the whole signal and turns the bomb on.
Oh.
That's basically what little I know. That's how that works. So literally, you'd have to shoot the right wire. That'd be the best. Is you'd have to shoot the right couple of wires.
Shoot the red wire.
Yeah.
No, shoot the black wire.
Yeah. Or the right couple of them that it kills it and starts it up again and kills it again and starts just connect, unconnected, connect, unconnected. So yeah, Jake runs. Oaks grabs the bomb. Back in the silo, white CIA guy who was doing the wire transfer, he's fighting some bad guy. Another guy shows up to help him. Uses the second guy's gun to kill the first guy. I don't know how he did that. I don't know how he did that.
Badass.
Kicks him down, hops on the bike that the guy showed up on, takes off as the other guy's just, no, get back here. Firing wildly.
So you're telling me the guy who's not the hero of the movie is the one who does all the cool action shit and rides the motorcycle?
Yes. That's why this is definitely not an action film. And that if they would have been oh, it's a suspense, not even suspense.
Suspense comedy.
Like a spy thriller comedy. Which that sounds awful. Now I know why they didn't name it that. Because that sounds horrific.
It's a spy thriller comedy.
Oh man. Also maybe some suspense too. Holy crap. So back at the monastery, Jake hops into a car and starts to drive away, but Oaks is like, wait for me, the guy who's trying to keep you alive. He stopped, picks him up, they drive away.
This is pretty much the point of the movie where I looked at how much time was left, and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
We still got 45 minutes left.
It was not fun. It was
Unbelievable.
So yeah, they drive away. Black Hand chases them in. The CIA finally arrived to the monastery, which is so weird because they were outside.
Yeah.
2 scenes ago. I don't get that. Whatever. They finally get inside. Everybody's gone. There's just bloody bodies everywhere left, right? Back to Oaks and Jake. They're getting chased down a country road in and out of traffic, which it's a country road, so there's not... it's literally 2 cars...
And a tractor.
And a tractor, yeah. That's the traffic they're weaving in and out of. And they're all on the same side of the road, too, so they're just kind of weaving to the left really quick. Impolitely passing them is really more what's happening. One of the vans gets ahead of Jake and Oaks, but I believe Oaks shoots out one of the tires.
Yeah.
That causes the van to just flip.
Yeah.
And just careen into the sky. Back at the monastery, the CIA head is like, they're definitely at the monastery. That's what my computer's telling me. And they're like, we're at the monastery. There's no one here. Eventually, they find the tracking device. Which... that thing the size of a hockey puck. How do you miss that thing?
I don't know.
No, actually, like a double hockey puck.
A double hockey puck.
Like a small cake.
A double hockey puck.
Yeah, it's a double hockey puck. Listen, there are some guys in Canada right now masturbating themselves to death after I said that. So yeah, Jake turns down a road into the forest because he's the one driving.
Yep.
Oaks is like, calm down, there's a bomb in the backseat. Jake did not know this, so he panics and crashes into a tree. Well, he doesn't crash into a tree because of the bomb, but he panics and then...
well, they drive it through a forest. How are you not going to crash?
Yeah. Though I don't know, they were kind of like... tree crash. It was so long that you kept seeing the tree.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much drive in a straight line until they hit a tree.
Until they...
they don't turn or, they're like, fuck it, let's just see how far we can go until we hit a tree.
Yeah.
They crash. doesn't total the car somehow.
It actually does total the car, but the car's fine the next scene, because if you pay attention, they crash in the tree, and you see, like, bits of red flying out, like, the whole thing is ruined. Next scene, fine, though.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. This is when it got personal for me, because I got offended. I was like, no, fuck you. Oaks, it crashed into a tree, 100% fine. Macho Man Randy Savage, dead. Not cool. Not cool life.
Yeah, their airbags didn't even deploy or
No!
anything.
His did!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, maybe it was the airbag that killed him.
It pinned them down one last time.
How are you trying to tell me that a bag full of air killed Macho Man?
Because
He suffocated in it.
It deployed so fast, it hit him, and the whiplash snapped his neck.
I am suing all airbags on behalf of Macho Man Randy Savage now. I don't know. It's just I was just upset when I saw it. I was like, no! People die when that happens.
No, I mean, I didn't. I crashed into a telephone pole.
Yeah.
But that totaled my car. My car was undrivable. Like,
And I'm sure you were also hurt.
No, it was alright.
Well, what the fuck?
But my airbag didn't deploy. I don't know why, but it didn't.
I don't know. I guess airbags kill is the moral here.
Yeah.
Airbags are murderers.
Yeah, I mean, I probably was going like 20, 25 miles an hour, and I hit an ice patch and went into a telephone pole head on.
Fine.
And I was fine, but the airbag didn't deploy. So.
Murderer. Jeez. So yeah, everything's 100% fine. Nobody's even scratched. Oaks does have dust on his jacket for some reason.
Oh,
He does have a very dusty jacket all of a sudden. So they put it in reverse, drive away, hit some guy along the way.
Who just hangs on.
Yeah, he just hangs on the whole time. They drive over into some farmland or whatever. The guy in the hood, he climbs up to the top, breaks into the sunroof, and I laugh my dick into a fold because Anthony Hopkins just starts shaking the guy in the sunroof, and that's how he fights him. He just shakes him back and forth. Just shakes him. He just keeps shaking him the whole time, and I was like, how is that fighting? And Jake is screaming, ah! And he's just shaking him.
And then he trained CIA agent.
Yeah,
Mind you.
yeah. And then he pulls him in a little bit, like into it, so he can start punching him in the gut. Like the whole, like I'm watching the scene and I go, I know that Chris Rock yelling is supposed to be the comedy, but Anthony Hopkins fighting is definitely the comedy for me, without a joke.
You think they're like, all right, now as this guy is sliding into the roof, you gotta fight him, and Anthony Hopkins just started shaking him. They're like, no, you want to fight him, and he just kept shaking him. He's like, no, like punch him, and he's like this, and just shook him more, and it's like, whatever, just do what you want, Anthony.
I don't know why, but if you show me an elderly man kicking ass, that's golden comedy to me. I can't even begin to tell you why.
Those old folks have moxie.
He got a lot of it, yeah. So yeah, the door in the back eventually gets taken off.
Yeah.
It opens up and they fight out to the
opens.
side. Yeah.
The car chasing them takes it off.
Yeah. The bad guy gets the upper hand, tries to pass the bomb over to the car, but they like hit a bump or something. I don't know.
They
Bad
drop
guy
the
falls
bomb.
off. Bomb drops. So they turn around to go get it, but the Black Hand just drives them off the road, pushes them out somewhere, wherever. I just want to point out, because I know what happens later on in the film, I want to point out that at this point, Chris Rock screams, I want my money! Just want to point out that he says that, I want my money.
Yeah.
Just,
I recall.
yeah. So, boom, they're left for dead in... Well, not really
It's like
left for dead.
No, they just leave.
They
In
just
fact,
leave them.
They leave them, and then they get up and see, and the head of the Black Hand literally like picks up the bomb. It's like, I got it, and they get in the car and leave.
That's it.
He literally picks it up, like waves at them, like, "Hey guys, look what I got!" And they get in and leave. Like, no, why wouldn't you?
Those are the only two agents they've ever sent after them.
Yeah.
And they have them, like, just laying near dead in a car, and they go, see you later, guys!
But you gotta also remember, they don't know that these guys are CIA, or with the CIA, that Chris Rock and Anthony Hopkins. So.
All right, that's fine.
Regardless,
but
they're still the guys who they've been
Yeah, they're their only competition. Why wouldn't they just take them out? Like, I don't understand why they've chased them for this long, given them this much trouble, and then they just go, well, now, you can live now.
You got your briefcase, you got your... Because that's the thing, they don't realize that they need them right away. Because in the long run, if they killed them, that would have been the end of the movie right there, because then there wouldn't be the extra 20 minutes of, oh, we actually need the black guy for his eye.
Yeah, but they don't know that, and they're not making this movie.
Yeah, I really, like, look, the leader of the Black Hand fucking picks up the bomb, and he's just like, check it out! Fuck
Thanks.
you guys! I got it, you didn't!
Thanks, Dix.
Better luck next time!
Peace out.
Why wouldn't he kill him?
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to
After
me
all
why
the trouble.
Yeah.
Why just out of frustration, why wouldn't you just be like, why wouldn't you just shoot him in the kneecaps? Why wouldn't you hurt them? Why would you just leave them?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe we're just too revenge driven. I have no idea.
Maybe this is just a podcast of sociopaths.
I guess that is what we are slowly learning.
Oh, okay.
So, except for Danny, though, he's really quiet. Maybe he's just trying to keep it inside. He's the only one that's trying to, keep a business formation going on. So the Black Hand is shown failing to access their computer because the CIA is talking about how you need a retina scan and they don't have it.
And I just love the fact that the Black Hand, some random guy, he puts his eye up and it's like, and he's like, try again. He's like, okay, like, guys, though.
Didn't even try his other eye.
He didn't try his other eye.
eye.
Didn't try another guy's eye.
Well, what was it? Well, this is not the first time they do something dumb like that. Like in the car chase scene, Anthony Hopkins shoots his gun, and he clearly knows that he ran out of bullets because nothing's firing out of his gun, but yet he goes and he checks it to see if there's bullets in the gun.
Oh, it could have been jammed, but...
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but it could have been jammed.
Again, considering the incompetence of the rest of the CIA, doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Though they do say something surprisingly smart, which is that they eventually can break the retina scan, so they need to jump on it now before they do that.
Yeah.
They decide, well, we can just use Jake as bait. They're like, not bait, as like a dangling apparatus. Yeah. It's terrible. But basically, at the end of the day, Jake's expendable.
Yeah.
Jake does not want to do this. He's like, no, just give me my money, just give me my $10,000 and I'll go home. You don't have to give me the full, he doesn't even want the full 90 at this point. Oakes shows him exactly what it is that a nuclear blast will do to Jersey. And then he says, they have check, we can't let them get checkmate.
Which, I don't understand why he shows, this is what happens when they blow up Jersey. They wouldn't blow up Jersey.
Well, it was just one of those where he doesn't want to do it, but if we show him the ramifications of what is possible, maybe he'll decide to go with us now.
He says it pretty quick, but he's like, this is what a nuclear blast will do in Jersey, where Julio, your mother, lives. It was just kind of him being like, look what happens if this goes off where someone you care about is.
Yeah, I guess.
So, yeah, it's just, they're just playing him like a fiddle. So yeah, they start using a bunch of lingo oh, you can either block, or you can attack, or you can defend. And what was it? It was you can block, attack, or retreat. That was it. We can't retreat, and we can't attack, so we have to block. I don't even remember which one.
Yeah, we had to block, but our only piece left is a pawn.
Yeah.
Which I guess was him.
Yeah. Low self-esteem.
Yeah.
A rook, maybe? Something.
Meanwhile, in Prague, the Black Hand goes into the hotel that Chris Rock was staying at, and they end up bullying their way to get the phone records to find out, well, he made one phone call. It was this girl, Julie, in New Jersey. Well, let's quickly somehow get there and kidnap her.
Yeah, the same guys. The same guys in both scenes.
Here's what I don't... The CIA is we have to hurry before they break the retinal scan. Apparently, breaking the retinal scan doesn't occur to the Black Hand.
Yeah, I know.
Because they're like, oh, fuck. How...
let's just cut Chris Rock's eyes out of his head. Like that's the best thing we can do.
Yeah, like it doesn't click to them. Like, all right, well, why don't we just wait and like.
Immediately when he was like, let's cut away his eyelids, I was like, oh my god, they have no idea how eyes work. I was like, holy fuck, they're gonna ruin their lives. It's just a fluid full of sack. Like one cut and it's deflated and you're ruined. You'll never be able to deflate it up to the right shape. And your retinal scan is ruined. It would have ruined their lives.
Yeah, but presumably after they pop one eye, he'll learn and he'll open the other one.
I'm still trying to figure out who it is opens their eyes in pain.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure that out. So, where were we? Yeah, they kidnap Julie. We go to Turner Antiques, the Michael Turner's antique store. Jake is very nervous. He's like, oh, CIA guys, you still there? You got bullets in your guns? Yeah, whatever. Phone rings. And turns out, oh, it's Julie, but it's not actually Julie. It's the Black Hand who's like, we have her go back home to New York and wait for our instructions, otherwise she's dead.
Yeah.
Right? Jake runs into he's like, oh, this is your plan the whole time, wasn't it, CIA? They're like, no, it was. He's like, what? Just go. Just let me go. Just let me get there. So they bring him into New York, and they inject a mic into him in his ear so they can listen into everything, and they're like, oh, it's going to be all right. And the head of the CIA is like, don't worry, there's more money in this for you. And then Jake goes on his long-winded speech about how maybe it's not about money, maybe it's about doing the right thing, maybe it's about saving my girl, maybe it's about the fact that my brother's dead, and maybe you're terrible at your job. And if a woman was the CIA, they would have found not Bin Laden.
Saddam.
Yeah, Saddam. I couldn't figure out which one it was. She would have found him days ago.
This was definitely a Chris Rock bit.
Yeah, it was clearly. Yeah, it was awful. I didn't like it at all. It was very clearly shoehorned in there.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't like that he said, apparently, he's like, oh, if a woman, his joke was that if a woman was the CIA, they would, and you told, if a woman was dating Saddam.
No, if a woman was head of the CIA,
yes.
or no, if you told a woman that her man was cheating on her with Saddam.
That was it.
She'd go find
That's it.
Saddam.
But apparently, we have to find a gay Saddam Hussein for that to work. So that plan only works in the fictional world of South Park.
Or we have to find a woman so gullible that you could be like, yeah, your man cheated on you with Saddam Hussein, and she'd believe it.
All right, let's start looking. There you go.
Well, he's dead, so...
Oh! Congratulations, everybody. Good job. Well done.
We did it.
Yeah, good search.
Mission accomplished.
I'd like to thank everyone involved for their man hours. It was a long, arduous process, but we got it done, and it was all thanks to only us. So yeah, the CIA, they're waiting outside Jake's apartment. Inside, Jake gets the phone call. He wants to hear from Julie, so they put a knife next to her and make her scream. He's like, all right, what do you guys want? What do you guys want? Cut to the CIA, who's explaining the plan. That you gotta come here, we're gonna do a thing, we're gonna trade some stuff, blah, blah, blah. Jake's on the street, like he's waiting for them to show up. Oakes, he doesn't really like what's going on. The head of the CIA just openly mocks him. He's like, yeah, well, maybe if you were better at your job, I wouldn't be doing it. Like, he's just like, yeah, well, you suck, so now I gotta do it. The van shows up and picks up Jake. The CIA follows in helicopters and black vans and fucking boats, and like they follow him in every vehicle they have.
And there's no way these guys don't know they're being followed. Like, it cuts to like a wide shot, and it's like that car and then a parade behind it.
Convoy, yeah. It's insane. I don't, yeah. Every time the CIA is like, don't worry, we're following you. I'm like, yeah, I don't know how everyone doesn't know you're following them.
Yeah, everybody knows you're following us.
Yeah. It's gross. So yeah, they're following him. They go into an abandoned hospital, which immediately broke the film for me, because there's no way my brain would allow there to be an abandoned hospital in the middle
Manhattan?
of of Manhattan.
Yeah.
I was just like, this can't. I spent like 2 hours going, no, there's just got to be some. There had to have been a real abandoned hospital. There's no way someone would put this. No, Manhasset is the closest St. Francis hospital. Like, it's so far away. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of want to know what building they were using now, like in real life. But whatever. They go into an abandoned building. The CIA again. They're waiting outside. Inside, Jake's like, I'm not going to cooperate until I see Julie. They give him a taser. The microphone starts to short out, so they can't really hear it. The head of the CIA is like, just go in, kill anything that moves.
Yeah.
It's fucking time.
It's fucking time.
But suddenly, the bad guys come out with Jake, and they put him in a van, and they drive away, and all right, let's go. Let's follow it. Again, I don't know how they don't know they're being followed, because Oaks is directly behind the van. He is a car length behind the van, and the roads are empty.
Yeah.
So it's awful.
But at the same time, maybe that's why they then later, well, in the next scene, they had just the van continuously going around, because they know, oh, these guys are tailing us. We'll just fuck with them and just continuously drive without stopping.
Yeah, it was, well, I mean, yeah, we learned why they do that, but did you guys notice that Anthony Hopkins only drove through red lights?
Yes,
I
did.
Every single light that, like, anytime they gave you an inside shot of his car, like, you know, so you could see every light was either yellow or red. He only drove.
They were only red.
Yeah.
I only saw red.
I saw one yellow. That's why I mentioned it. He only drove through red lights. That's it.
Strange.
It was, yes. Yeah.
And in Manhattan, not a single accident. Bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're driving around, like you said. They start to head back towards Jersey. Well, right before that, we get a shot of Jake in the van, or not in the van, but just we see you get a shot of Jake, and they're like, "You're on your own now, Jake." But they don't call him by his name. They don't, even though they know it. They don't call him by his name. I don't know why.
They don't give a fuck.
No, you know, they're dicks. Then Oaks suddenly turns around, just like I'm turning around.
Yeah.
We don't see why until like a scene or two later. The leader is like, you better cooperate, otherwise Julie gets hurt. The CIA suddenly starts to hear, like, the microphone starts to kick back in, and they're like, oh no, the bomb's in the van. We gotta, the van's hot. Move in hot. Move in now. Oaks, we cut back to Oaks, and he's explaining to the white CIA guy that he's like, no, that van's clearly a decoy. He must be back at the hospital or whatever. Right as he's saying that, cut to the van, and the CIA closes in on it. Worst CIA ever. There's a van with a nuclear bomb in it. How do we stop that van?
Machine guns.
Yeah, shoot it off the road, right? Once it gets off the road, shoot it up some more.
Yep.
Everyone's dead. Chris Rock in the van is dead. The driver's dead. The bomb is dead, even though it's not alive. It's dead. Everything's dead. They go into the back of the van. There's no bomb. Chris Rock's dead, but except it's not Chris Rock. It's just a random black guy. Did anyone else notice that? Was I the only one who noticed that? When they brought Chris Rock out and put him in the van, you could go, that guy is clearly both fatter and blacker than Chris Rock.
Oh, no, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
I knew immediately. I was like, that's not Chris Rock.
It's not, yeah. Immediately they have, like, oh, he's in the van. I'm like, you're all racist. Every single one of you.
Yeah.
You're all racist. It was abundantly clear that was no
I don't know what
there.
this says about me, but I was like, oh, I feel bad for that guy. Like, he was just some random black dude. And they kidnapped him, and the CIA shot and killed him.
Yeah.
Because he was kidnapped.
Yeah.
They literally shot and killed him because he was kidnapped.
They'll spin that, too, to be like, nope, he was with him the whole time. He put on a nice suit, and then blindfolded himself, and then jumped in front of our guns. But, yeah, not Jake. So, back at the hospital, the Black Hand is... They're putting in the codes. I guess because they already cut his eyelids open. I don't think I wrote that part down. I guess that was in the last scene. Yeah, they cut open his eyelids. Well, they go to cut him open.
And the second they touch him, he opens his eyes in pain.
Opens his eyes in pain. Not only that, but opens his eyes in pain and holds his head perfectly still in pain.
Yeah.
So that I can scan his eye real quick. Yeah, like I said, the movie was okay. Until the end, it's just like, dude, no. Knock on the door in the hospital, and it's Oaks and the white CIA guy, because they're sneaking into the room to save Jake. Oh, wait, but before that, sorry. They put the code in, the bomb, and they're like, yep, totally works.
Got it.
See you later, guys. They leave. Then Oaks and the white guy show up, and they kick in. Well, they don't. They knock on the door, and they're like, I wonder what that is. And they open the door, and they shoot their way in. Boom. They free Jake. Jake's like, I'm going to go find Julie. Runs away. Oaks calls it in. He lets him know everything that's happened. Jake comes back and like, what happened, Jake? Remember. And then he's like, all right, the phone call. Here's a phone call, and they get the number, and it's Grand Central Station.
Yeah.
What? Payphone? I don't know. I don't know how they got the number of Grand. I don't know.
No, I guess it was a
It
payphone
must have
within
been.
Grand Central.
I don't. There are no payphones in existence anymore, so that's
Yeah,
a weird thing
who
for
knows?
us. But yeah, it must have been a payphone. In Grand Central, Oaks and crew just violently shove their way through pedestrians.
Yeah.
I looked so long to see if this was like, did they close down Grand Central Station? Was this like shot in a studio somewhere? I don't know. I couldn't find anything. I presume it's real. I presume Anthony Hopkins just pushed through pedestrians in the middle of New York.
What is it? I did read something that on a lot of these locations that they went to, they were at the actual location. Like, they were intact. They actually went to Prague and filmed at Prague.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I doubt that no matter how much money you throw at someone, they're going to close down all of the center, the main hub of Grand Central.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I assume Anthony Hopkins shoved his way through pedestrians. Real people. You on your way to work. Yeah, boom. They get into the center of Grand Central Station, because that's apparently where the number is from.
Yeah.
They run around at the center, and they're like, where is it? I don't know. It could be anywhere. We're getting a radiation reading. It's right from under us. They run.
Which, wouldn't somebody in that train station overhear them and, like, freak out, too? And they're like, oh, there's a bomb under us.
This was a pre-9/11 world. This was...
No, it wasn't.
No, this is post 9/11.
Oh, no.
No, this was filmed.
It was filmed
that's
in
true,
the
yeah.
It was
world.
released
That's
post
right.
9/11.
Oh, so they have no reason to be scared yet.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I'm sure this movie came out and people were like, no fucking way, like, this would happen now. But little did they know it was filmed beforehand. So they running all over Grand Central. They figure out, okay, it's directly below us. They run downstairs. They grab some random security guard. They're like, CIA, we need your help.
Yeah.
What's this way? He opens the door to, this is the lost and found, or lost luggage.
Yeah.
And again, I was like, this is another part where I feel bad for the random black dude. Because they're like, they don't say, hey, we need your keys. They're like, hey, open this door. They let him walk in, and then, I don't remember who it was, but one of them's like, look out.
I think it's Oaks.
I think it's Oaks. He's like, hey, man, look out. Bang, bang, bang. Like, random black security guard.
Yeah, this scene immediately like made me think of The Shining, where they go, hello? Hello? Ah! Just gets axed by Jack Nicholson. Like,
Fucking Scatman called as the security guard.
Yeah, he didn't even have time to like finish his sentence. He's like, hey, this lock's been tampered with.
Yeah.
Just got shot. So yeah, he's dead, and then they all just, like, the whole CIA team just kind of hops over his body to get into the room. They're inside, the shootout starts. They kill one guy, they move closer, they, whatever. They trick one with a piece of luggage. They get close to the bomb, and they're like, Jake, get the bomb. Jake's like, yeah. He grabs the bomb. They shoot the one last guy, and they're like, all right, let's go. We got to figure out how to defuse this bomb. And the white guy's like, I'm going to go look for Julie. I'm like, come on, Jake, you got to remember the numbers that they did. And when they put in the thing, we got to figure out how to stop this bomb, how to disarm it.
And how does he remember numbers?
Whenever Jake hears numbers, his brain converts them into chess moves or seats at the garden.
What the fuck? That's not a thing.
They were literally like, what else? No, they were literally like, what other character development does Chris Rock have that we can shove in here? Tickets, right?
Oh, he's a ticket
that's
host.
right. He plays chess. That's it. That's what we'll do. Like, we're so lucky that they weren't like, Jake, you got to remember the numbers. And he was like, whenever my brain hears numbers, I DJ them into chess moves. Like, they were so lucky they didn't cram like the 2 or 3 other things.
I remember them by the number of syllables in a rap lyric.
Yeah. And by how much I love my foster mother. Whatever 2 things they could cram. Oh, man. So, yeah, he's like rook to pawn 2, mezzanine, 360.
It was
like it was so bad.
So bad.
Then the white CIA guy comes back and he's like, "Oh, did you find Julie?" Boom, gets shot from behind.
Which I didn't understand this at all.
Yeah.
I couldn't. It was one of those things. It was like a horror movie moment where the guy walks in and he doesn't make a noise and then like bam.
Yeah,
just
like I
falls
thought
over.
he was already gonna be dead, but then he got shot. I was like, oh, then that's just extra weird.
Which, and again, we've already established this is the competent CIA guy.
Yes.
So if
I mean, I assume he was being held in some sort of hostage. Like he put the gun on him, walk this way or I'll kill you.
yeah, but why would he? Look, I have faith in the CIA guy because he's the competent one.
No,
I
yeah.
can't imagine he'd be like, "All right, well, bring me to the nuclear bomb." He'd be like, "No."
Yeah, no, yeah, right this way. Come on, but only if you skip. Oh man. So yeah, that he gets shot. I presume he's dead.
That's what I
I
thought.
thought he was dead. I was like, that he went out like a bitch.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
really? That was it? No, I whatever. He's apparently dead, right? So the Black Hand leader comes up behind him with Julie, right? He's the one who shot the
Yeah.
white CIA guy. And he gives a speech about how, fucking Americans are all fat and lazy and greedy and you're just everything that's wrong with the world and you don't know anything about anything. And at this point, I'm like, just fucking end, to be
Yeah.
honest. So Oaks is like, I'm going to shoot you if something. Like, I don't remember what it was. I think it's, if you don't let her go, then I'll kill her and then shoot you.
Well, no, because he's like, if you don't stop disarming this bomb, I'm gonna shoot her, even though it makes no sense. Because Oak is like, well, if you don't disarm the bomb, we're all gonna die anyway.
Yeah.
And then Oaks is like, look, if you don't hurry up and disarm the bomb, I'm gonna shoot her.
Oh, he says that to Jake.
To Jake?
I thought he said that to the lead. I was like, why is he talking? Like, how does that help anything?
What? No, I'll help you, dude.
Yeah.
I hate this bitch anyway. I'll shoot her.
I was so like, what? Did he just turn heel at the last second? What just happened?
So he's like, look, if you don't hurry up, I'm gonna shoot her. And Jake's like, no, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
Wink. And they do this like he shoots, but then Anthony he misses,
Yeah, he
and
shoots
Anthony
a little
Hopkins
to the
falls
side.
and shoots fucking bad guy.
I don't understand how that tricked him because he shoots him and he dies. He's like, all right, now I got Chris Rock. But then a bunch of luggage falls over.
Yeah.
And then Anthony Hopkins pops out. And then he, like, there was 3 moves before he got shot. He was like,
Yeah.
what's that? Moving luggage? Oh, no. Anthony Hopkins, even worse. With a gun? What do I do now? Ah. Dead.
So they like bam, bam, bam. Jake and
Oaks?
Oaks. Jake and Amir.
Yeah.
Jake and Oaks.
That's much better. Everybody just go watch that.
Jake and Oaks gun him down, and then he finally uses his number converting system to disarm the bomb.
Yes. 12 seconds left.
Not yeah.
And then he boop, boop, boop. Done. 12 seconds left. He's like, that was it? Which is what we all say.
Yeah.
Like that's how, really, that was it. That's how you end the film. Boop, boop, boop. Done. CIA shows up. Everyone safe? Yeah? All right, let's clean this up. All right. Top to the Wall of Stars is what I call it. I don't know if it actually has a name. Jake's mom is there with Jake and the girlfriend Julie, and Jake's mom's like, oh, which one is your brother's? And they're like, I don't know. The stars are just symbolic to represent the agents that lost their life.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Oh, the white CIA guy isn't dead. And he shows up and he's like, oh, hey, Jake. Thanks for keeping me off that wall.
He just had his arm in a sling.
Yeah, that's like, where did he... I thought he got shot in like, the heart.
I
or,
thought
or the spine.
Yeah, I assumed he was shot, like, right in the back. Again, either, like, right through the heart or in the spine. Like, no, apparently they shot him just in the arm,
Winged
but he
him.
still just fell over.
Just winged him.
Yeah.
Point blank winging. Whatever. Yeah. Jake gives his mom a check to say thanks.
Yep.
But it's the wrong check. Gave him the $90,000 instead of the $10,000 ones. So, switches that up real quick. And Oaks says goodbye to Jake forever. No personal attachments.
Yep.
Hop to the wedding. I like every time I'm like, yeah, there's more.
Yep.
More. Like I really thought there was gonna be more after this wedding. Julie and Jake are married as they exit the church, and everyone's kind of celebrating, throwing rice at them. And you see Oakes and Lady Officer Swanson under a tree nearby. Again.
Yeah.
I hope it's an oak tree. Jake runs over and thanks him for coming. You know, he's like, oh, I can't believe you came. And Oak's like, well, a killer that Kevin put away is out, and he's looking for revenge, because he thinks that you're him. And Jake's like, no! And Oakes is like, aha, I got you. I'm actually just here for your wedding. And then he gives him 2 tickets to Hawaii. And he's like, oh, wow, cool, thanks, thank you. And then Nicole's like, let's go, husband. And he's like, all right, let's go. And then he throws the bouquet at Oakes real quick. He's like, never say never, Oakes. And they drive off. The end. Oh, apparently in the scene when Nicole was like, come on, husband, Swanson is standing next to her. And then when he throws the bouquet at Oakes, she's standing next to Oakes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she's a witch. That's why I call her a witch, because she teleported.
I really thought when Oakes gives Jake, he gives him an envelope, and he's like, it's a surprise. I'm like, oh, okay. Motherfucker's gonna come through with a big fat check for fucking saving Manhattan.
Right?
No, it's 2 tickets to Hawaii.
Thanks.
Oh, great. Like, we already had our honeymoon already fucking planned out, but I guess we gotta go to Hawaii now.
They don't, yeah. Let's, nobody go anywhere, ever. Don't ever go anywhere. They just take advantage of you when you go there. Anywhere, doesn't matter where you go. My parents went to Hawaii, and they was like, oh, how much? $100. Everything you went, everything you did.
Was just $100?
Yeah, because you're from America, you're from the mainland of America, you're rich. $100. No, it is. Like, milk has it's like $27 for like a gallon of milk because of import tax.
Yeah.
It's like everything they import is disgusting. It's horrific. Like, basically, if you have to import something to Hawaii, just don't use it. Just don't use it. Or smuggle it, I guess. Don't smuggle anything anywhere in the U.S.
We do not advocate that.
We definitely do not advocate that. All right. Drew it out a little longer than it need to be. But, what do you guys think? Film's done. What's your overall opinion here?
I was just like, whatever. Like, whatever the fuck. Like, whatever the fuck. That's what this movie is. It should have ended, many, many times. Or just not happened. You know, the movie just shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
I agree with that statement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at first I thought it was okay, but as it went on, like, it just got that dragging point where it's like, all right, why? This is clearly 5 movies squished into 2 hours.
Yeah, it was weird, too, because I felt like, despite it being a fast-paced movie, nothing happened. There was no events.
Happened.
Yeah, it was... like, I kind of broke it down later where it was like, normally, when you see an action movie, which is what I was under the impression that this movie was, it's... you get a normal guy, then there's some sort of explosion, there's a fight, there's a chase, there's a fight, there's some sort of a fighting chase, there's some exposition, there's another fight and a chase, there's some more exposition, there's a love scene, there's some more exposition, and then you get the couple, like, the fight to the final fight, the final fight, then you get that final boss fight. This was fucking, it was deal gone wrong, down on his luck guy, exposition, light comedy, exposition, a single fight, more exposition, some comedy, some exposition, one chase / fight / hide and seek scene, exposition, it's the whole fucking thing was just exposition.
Yeah.
So it was nothing but story, and there was no action. And when I wrote this all out, I realized there's actually 2 kidnappings at the end of the film. They kidnap the girlfriend, and then they kidnap Jake.
Oh, yeah.
Like, right in a row, there's 2 kidnappings. And then it ends with a wedding. Action movies ends with a funeral.
Yeah.
They end with funerals. So, yeah, I just everything about this film, when I wrote it down, I was like, they kind of do the opposite of what, like, you're supposed to do. Like, again, if they would have just said this is a suspense spy movie, then I felt like it would have changed everything, because you would have been like, oh, okay. It's not supposed to have any of those elements. No, it's fine. But yeah, they lied to me. They lied to all of us.
No, we already established it's a comedy, thriller, suspense, spy thing.
It just makes me cringe hearing those words together. It doesn't make any sense to me. All right.
Play a game?
Huh?
Play a game?
Yeah, let's play a game. Opinions, assholes. All right. This first one is called Bad Company, the movie, by Doug. Bad Company was very good because it was produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, and I always enjoyed Bruckheimer movies, especially the action-packed movies. Anthony Hopkins is a wonderful actor.
That's not...
5 out of 5 stars.
That's not a reason to like a movie.
Yeah.
I like it because it was produced by Jerry Bruckheimer. Does this guy know what...
That's like saying my favorite comedian is Ben Stiller because Jerry Stiller's his dad.
Yeah!
That's terrible. Oh my god.
Let's also note that this review was from 2014. This isn't like... No, this is
a couple months ago.
Yeah.
This guy is fresh with this opinion.
This guy is a fresh asshole.
All right. You like in the last 6 games you haven't chimed in at all, Danny. You never chime. I know you mostly. We all pretty much agree with JD's.
He just abstains. He doesn't want to encourage.
He's afraid he might make friends with these people sometime in the future. No. All right, this next one is called Good by M. Hammond. Good movie. Love Gabriel Macht in it. The rest of the cast is also good. Story was not that bad. 4 out of 5 stars.
That's not even a review as much as...
No!
Statements.
But it does prove that the white CIA guy was the best part of this film.
He was the fucking hero of the movie, basically.
If he had more lines, he would have inadvertently been the star.
Yeah.
But he has, like, no lines, so nobody can attach themselves to him.
How bad is that? That someone's like, I loved the guy who was kind of there for like 20 minutes of screen time total.
The guy who had 4 scenes, best.
I gotta say opinion, just because.
No, yeah, sadly.
Like, it's disappointing to not, like, normally if someone's like, yeah, my favorite was the one of the extras, I'd be like, you fucking asshole, but no, like, in this movie.
That was my exact opinion on the Starving Games, that I only liked that black guy. That was exactly how I felt about that. That Cinnamon was the only character I liked.
No, and, Diedrich.
Oh, yeah, but he doesn't count, because he's the only famous person. He's the only real actor in that film.
Okay.
Alright, 4 out of 5 stars, in case I didn't say for that last one. This next one is called It Burns by DN. Ugh. Oh, avoid. I actually thought this could be funny. Chris Rock didn't write his lines, and it's never funny. There seems to be a lack of interest on all parts. Main actors, director, etc., etc. The humor all comes from him being a black James Bond. Spare us. It fails on almost every level. It's dry and dull. I thought it would never end. 1 out of 5 stars.
Motherfucker's got a mean opinion right there.
Yeah, he does. That's exactly why I put it, because that dude was spot on about this fucking film. Oh, man, yeah. So, yeah. DN. Knocked it out the park. This next one is called...
That's not how you spell that word.
What?
Whatever word he's trying to spell, he spelled it...
Be warned?
Be warned.
Yeah.
Not warned as in I'm warning you, but warned as in...
Like, piece of clothing. Yeah. Like you wear a shirt. Yeah. Be warned. Which is terrible because warned is already past tense. So it's warned.
Be warned?
Yeah, be warned. Be warned. If you see this film, you will not recover. By M. Bryan. Oh, he's got two first names. That explains everything. This film is horrible. Anthony Hopkins is boring, and Chris Rock should just take a page from Spike Lee's movie Bamboozled and stop. All that shucking and jiving is not in anymore.
Oh my god.
And Chris should know better.
What the fuck?
And what was Anthony Hopkins thinking? Cha-ching, cha-ching. Yes, we all know what. Money. This is the worst movie ever. Joel Schumacher is an appalling director and should retire.
I'm gonna say asshole because this motherfucker was like, Chris Rock is shucking and jiving.
He didn't do that once.
No.
Once. Oh my god.
I can't remember a scene where Chris Rock showed up and was like, well, I'm here to do that soft shoe, mammy. I don't know what's going on, but the CIA done recruited me. Yes, indeed.
Oh my god.
When did that happen?
It's horrifying.
This is probably some white guy from the South who's just like, yes, that's what all black people do no matter what.
All black people. Oh, look at him with his shucking and jiving.
And Chris Rock, just like that lazy Earl from down at the store. Fucking, oh my god. Oh man. Yeah, Joel Schumacher was the director, I believe. Really? Or was he the producer?
Well, apparently.
No, the producer was.
No, he was the
Jerry
director. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Joel Schumacher is the guy who made the two shitty Batman films.
Yeah.
And some other stuff that wasn't too good too. I didn't really.
Well, he did direct it too. But man, he produced the shit out of that movie. Don't forget.
Oh man. Oh, all right. Would you make a sequel?
Fuck no, I wouldn't make a sequel, and I would actually take the prequel, the intended prequel, off the market because fuck Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, no. I mean, you could. He already set up for it. The guy's coming, because he said, there's a guy coming out of prison to get you, and he's like, nah, I'm joking. There's no guy after you. Well, not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that fucking guy comes out, and he's got to go get Chris
Just
Rock.
for the kicks of it, yes, I want a sequel, but in this one, Anthony Hopkins' character has the twin.
And
it's Chris Rock who has to teach him how to, which will be Anthony Hopkins.
I mean, Jesus time.
But his twin is blind. And a mute.
No, he can't be a mute.
Okay.
So he can't do lines.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to be able. The blind's fine.
He can do lines, but
You know
What?
what?
Where did he come from? Did you just do coke? What just happened? You seem like you have a lot of energy too. All of a sudden, what did I just miss? All right, so yeah, 2 sequels apparently from this one. Apparently, we're gonna make 2 sequels from this film. Oh goodness. All right, is that it? Does anybody else have anything they want to cram in here at the end? No? Actually, one thing I want to mention, just because it's like back in the date scene, did anyone notice the appalling sex face that Chris Rock gave?
Oh,
When
the like
she's-
quivering
When he
lip.
when he tried to unhinge his jaw.
Yeah.
That was, oh my
Fucking weird.
god, that was awful.
Which I don't understand, because all she did was rub her foot.
Got a foot fetish or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like.
Maybe it's been a long time since he's had sex. Like
Maybe,
I don't.
She wasn't
know.
like jerking him off with his foot, with
No,
her foot.
No. Yeah,
I don't know.
it was just gross. It was gross.
Yeah.
All right, glad we could shoehorn that in there.
Yep.
You can follow us on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter by searching WWYMT. Victor Pro Wrestling. When's the next show still?
Well, there's a show it's coming up this Saturday, but
That's not going to go out by then.
so after that, it's going to be March, which is going to be the next anniversary show.
Ooh, what was it, 6? 7
9
years? 9 years? Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
What happened? Where did I go?
Wait, 10, 9,
no, 9.
9.
9, because the first one was in 2006, yeah, so it's the 9th anniversary.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Now I feel old.
Yeah, really. I was just saying, I was there when it got started. That's what happened. Time to go home, put a bullet in my mouth.
Take one for the team. Shut up, mouth.
Ah! You go home and play the part of Kevin Pope.
Yep.
Kevin Pope playing Michael Turner, playing Chris Rock, playing J Delta.
Yes. Based on a novel pushed by Sapphire.
You can listen to all episodes of Why Would You Make This at www.ymt.libsyn.com. That's www.ymt.libsyn.com. You can also subscribe to our podcast in iTunes or your podcast app or DoublePod app for Android users. The Troy McClure clip comes from Bart the Murderer, the 4th episode of the 3rd season of the television series The Simpsons. Our intro music is Falling Off Your Love by Kill Paris. Oh, I was going to play Breathe In, Breathe Out by Ali, which was the song that they were playing in the club. That really cool song.
Yeah.
But, fuck that. The Martin theme song is going to take us out today.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Martin.
Alright. So for Danny Money, J Delta, I am Jimmy Time. Please remember, without the mistakes of others, we'd be forced to endure the pain of failure ourselves. Support the arts. The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.